ส I forgot to unlock my camera. Okay, I'm here. Hello! Welcome everybody! Welcome! Good morning! Good morning, I hope you're well. I hope you're very, very well. So, we are continuing on our episode 2 of AIDS Attorney Investigations, Prosecutor's Gambit. So, yeah. Everything seems to be fine. I mean, well, not so fine because, you know, we let the culprit, the very, very big, you know, hitman run away. And we should have done that, but, well, we did. So, well, it's gonna be interesting. I really want to know how this is gonna go. So, yeah, we are continuing it from the very first chapter of episode 2. The captive turnabout. Who is gonna be the captive? This is a fancy jail. What? Okay, this is kind of scary, but oh well. Let's see how it goes. March 27, 10:16 a.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Still no sign of them, huh? Yeah. How long do they intend to keep us waiting? Now, Mr. Edwards. I'm sure the guard will bring him any second now. The killing of Barshin Root. It's been 2 days since the incident at the park, and today we're paying a visit to the detention center. Our aim, of course, is to interview Bronco Knight, who has been charged with the murder. His trial is due to start tomorrow, and I'm to be the prosecutor behind the bench. What's taking so long? You there, what's going on? I don't know, sir. I'll go and check. We've got a situation. Knight, he's been killed. What? Killed? In the detention center? Come on, Miss Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Right, guard, take us to the scene of the crime at once. Yes, sir. So it didn't happen in holding cells. But surely... Oh, that was where he was being held? What's the holdup? The crime scene's this way. Where are you taking us? Doesn't this door lead to the prison proper? Yes. Those other cells aren't part of the prison? Not exactly, no. Those are the detention centers holding cells. That's where the defendants are kept while they're waiting a trial. They're waiting trial. The area beyond this door serves a rather different purpose. Yeah, it's where the people who are convicted serve out their time. I suppose you could say it's the last place a great thief would ever want. I found Luxia, sir. Please follow me. The heck? That's Knight, all right. But he's dead. How could this have happened? And how did he wind up inside the prison proper? Oh, they call it a prison proper. I didn't know that. March 27, 10:32 a.m. Prison workshop. This is horrible. How did Mr. Knight get himself murdered? I can hardly believe it myself. But there can be no doubting the evidence of our own eyes. And And what's he doing here? I thought he was being held in a detention center, no? He was. He must have been. His trial hasn't even begun yet. The law states that until convicted, suspects are to be kept in cells separate from the main prison. Only those who have been found guilty are sent to the prison proper. There's no way Knight should have been in here. Maybe you wanted this way over. The detention center and the prison are separated not only by two heavy doors, but also a lengthy corridor. Corridor. That would have been a long way to wander, especially for a detainee. Okay. I suppose we better take a closer look at Knight's body. We'll need to examine the scene of the crime carefully if we want to get to the bottom of this. Okay. Workshop. Oh well. Time to inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Indeed, this area is too big to take in all at once. Fortunately, you can use R to look further up or down. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Looks like a pulley of some kind. Maybe the prisoners use it for work? I suppose so, yes. Okay, so I know you're going to say no. Absolutely not, Kay. You're not permitted to swing on that one. Ah, I knew it! I should have known you were being serious. Weird having something like this in prison, though. A cage inside a cage. Technically, Kay, a prison isn't made up of cages, but cells. What's the difference? No offense, Mr. Edgeworth, but you've got to look at the basic nature of things. Yes, and the basic nature of an investigation is a pursuit of accurate facts and information. Oh. These tarps are rather colorful. They kind of stand out in a room like this, don't they? They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison. Look! There's a whip on top of them. You know who that reminds me of, right? Hey, maybe it's actually hers? Maybe she left it here? Not a chance. She and her whip are attached at the wrist, trust me. There was a robe near Knight's body, too. Speaking of which, want to see my super stealthy robe escape trick? Thanks, but I'll let you know when I'm in need of saving. She seems genuinely disappointed. I think that's all. Yeah, probably. This part of the floor is covered with dirt. You know what that means, sir? Footprints! Too many footprints, unfortunately. We need a specialist to identify them. I guess we just gotta wait until forensics get here. Yes, and in the meantime, if you could refrain from treading all over it, wouldn't want to slip up and get the old jacket dirty. Good point, Mr. Edward. Thanks. My concern was with the footprints on your jacket, detective. It's a safe. It doesn't seem to contain any useful clues. Nope. No whiff of treasure either. You do know we're not actually looking for treasure, right? What's with all the weird equipment? I'm not sure, but I don't see anything particularly suspicious here. Smells weird though. Kinda musky, like wet fur. I didn't know you had such a keen nose. Oh, it's nothing special, really, except when it comes to sniffing out treasure. Reminds me to seal all my valuables away in airtight containers. No way, Mr. Edward, I'd never steal any of your stuff. But you would happily steal someone else's? I'm not sure that's entirely reassuring. Oh, it's the doggos. He's about to give the dogs a bath, I think. Bronco Knight killed the day before his court date. We'd better take a closer look. The body is partially covered by a dirt-stained top. And there's a rope on top of it. Was Knight tied up with a rope somehow? We should take a look under the sheet as well. Look at all that red stuff. Yes, I'd say that's blood. We should keep looking around. There's bound to be more secrets to uncover, I'm sure of it. His naked brace is soaked with blood from the hole in his neck. I would assume that's the cause of death, and that it was probably instantaneous. He wouldn't have even had the chance to cry out for help. There's a small cut on his skull too. Was he struck with something? Maybe he fell and hit his head after he was stabbed in the throat? It's possible, but it's too early to say with any certainty. Okay, you have your camera with you, correct? Could you lend it to the detective so that he can photograph the body? Sure thing! All yours, Gummy! Thanks! Alright, here we go. His clothes are a mess though. Indeed, they appear to be covered in dirt. Killed instantly by a stab wound to the throat. The body is covered in dirt. There is also a small cut on his skull from when he suffered a blow to the head. Okay, guess it's like me when it comes to laundry. It would be a grave error to think that anybody else could be quite like the detective. A rubber glove. Yep, just the one though. I should examine it in more detail. There's mud all over it. Maybe the prisoners were making mud pies? Wish I could have joined them. I love making mud pies. Not anywhere near my crime scene, you know. Ooh, inmate use only. Inmate use only. I guess that means that it must be one of the prisoners who was using it, right? Yes, you would certainly imagine so. The fingers are covered in blood on this side. I think we can safely assume that this blood was dropped sometime after Knight's blood had been spilled. We can? How come? Because had it been on the floor when the pool of blood was forming, then the blood would have flowed around it, but not underneath it. Oh, meaning there'd only be a band of blood around the edges of the fingers, and not all over the backside. Assuming the glove was discarded after the blood had pooled around the body, maybe a murderer dished it after they did the deed. It's certainly a possibility. At the very least, whoever it was that dropped it must have seen the body. You there! Yes, sir! Have you seen that glove before? Yes, sir! The prisoners wear them for work. It's strange, though. Prisoners issued with those gloves are under strict orders to keep them in their cells. They aren't allowed to take them out without permission, and we always check. I suppose that would explain why there aren't any other gloves in the workshop. Only one glove was found at the crime scene. Prison issued equipment for working inmates, stained with blood and mud. What's this? Huh? Is that? Oh, I've seen one of these in your office, Miss Edgeworth. I'm sure you have, Detective. It's a pocket chess set. The victims, I'd imagine. Makes sense. He loved chess after all. Yeah, it would have been a good way to pass the time. Oh. There's someone's finger. Let's take a closer look, Miss Edgeworth. It's a ring. And an expensive looking one at that. Don't even think about it, kid. What? I didn't say anything. It's a ring. I think that's it. Probably. It's all checked. Anything out of the ordinary to report, officer? Yes, sir. There's this one thing. Go on. There's a body in the workshop, sir. He's right. That's definitely out of the ordinary. If anything else occurs to you, you know where to find me. There seems to be a list of prisoner reservations for this workshop. What are all these numbers, Miss Edgeworth? Prisoner numbers, I imagine. I'd hate to be given a number like that. I'd rather agree. People are meant to have names. I'd much rather be called Great Thief or the Second Yatagarasu. Alright, no name for you then, I guess. Yes, sir. The victim. Arrested for murder on the afternoon of the 25th and killed on the morning of the 27th. Talk about instant karma. Now, would have thought a perv would turn into a victim himself, though. Yes, I don't like this at all. You don't think it was that ice cream guy, do you, sir? I'd have seen his face, right? Maybe he couldn't afford to let him live? Shelley the killer. No, if this were his doing, he would surely have left a polygon. And besides, Knight isn't the only one who knows what he looks like. You do, too. Oh yeah, I guess we're still alive, so... Still, this is a high-security facility. I just don't understand how it was even possible. The prison. Does it make sense having the detention center and the prison in the same building? Means they can share the visitors. Indeed, it's an unusual design, but it's certainly convenient for anyone visiting. Yeah, but then... Why have two different areas in the first place? For the two different classes of detainees, of course. Those pre-trial and those post-trial. The two facilities may be housed in the same building in this case, but they're actually quite different. Well, all I know is that they're both cramped and dark. And don't let you leave when perhaps spending a night in each would help clarify the differences between them. No good things. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? The prison. So, this is what the inside of a prison looks like. Good to know, good to know. Someone's highly motivated to learn things. You're just not on top of your game, Mr. Edgeworth. This stuff is important. Gotta be prepared for when the time comes. Which would never come for me, I must say. Still, I won't discourage you from finding out more. I need to gather a little more information myself. And then use my powers of logic to piece it together. Yep. Now we need... Oh shit. Now we need the power of logic. These tarps have a pretty distinctive design, in fact. It's the same design as a bloody tarp around Mr. Knight's body. Yes, you took the words right up out of my mouth. That will teach you to be so careless. That'll teach you to be so careless, Mr. Edgeworth. You need to keep your treasures close when there's great thief around. I thought you were on sabbatical? Okay. Not a bad bit of evidence gathering. Nothing can stop us when we're on the hunt together, right, Gambit? You betcha. We're unstoppable, a regular Three Musketeers. Let's not get carried away, Detective. There's one thing we still haven't found. Huh? What do you mean, sir? Yep, the weapon. The murder weapon. What's missing from this crime scene? The murder weapon. See no sign of a murder weapon here. You're right. I didn't even think of that. Come now, Detective. These are basic investigative principles we're talking about. Yeah, I guess. Sorry. Don't worry, Danny. It hadn't crossed my mind either. In fact, that hardly puts my mind at ease. Items that could prove even potentially lethal are strictly controlled within a prison. After all, we wouldn't want the inmates getting their hands on them. Which means acquiring a murder weapon would be hard enough, let alone leaving the scene. Oh yeah, nice thinking, Mr. Edgeworth. What was a murder weapon? And where has it gone? The answers to these questions may be the keys to figuring out what happened here. Huh? Didn't know the guy had a whole entourage. Excusez-moi, but this is a scene of the crime, right? You are... Wait a second, are you? No way. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow... Mr. Fender, it has been far too long. I know, right? But even after all this time, I know that deep bow anywhere. And that neckwear. Oops. Obvious is obvious. Ops. Manfred von Kama, the man, the legend. Gotta say I didn't expect to see you here. What are you talking about, pal? This is Mr. Edgeworth, not that old geezer. Detective, please. Edgeworth? Wow! Guess that explains a fresh face. Hey, can't blame the guy for missing you too long, though. You're the spitting image of the old devil in this name. I see you haven't changed. How many years has it been? Man, good question. But who's counting, eh? Been away traveling for so long I lost track. You know how it is. But you know what I do remember. You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for. Whoa, where did that come from? And who are you, anyway? This is Eddie Fender. He's a defense attorney. Enchanted. As they say, Fender's a name, and defendant's a game. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Detective Dick Gumshoe. And I'm Kay Faraday, great thief. I'm, on sabbatical at the moment, though. A great thief? Wow, that's so romantic. Trichet, if you will. Right, it's nice, right? It's nice to finally meet someone who gets it. I'm looking to expand the franchise. Actually, I even made signing up super simple. Sounds awesome. I'd love to come hang with you guys if you were happy. Sorry, I should have also mentioned that it's girls only, and they have to be super fun and super cool. Hey, I totally get it. No hard feelings, yeah? Come on, bring it in. You've got to be kidding. My bad. I'm just so used to how they do things elsewhere, you know? And why are you here, Mr. Fender? Whoops! Almost forgot this is your seat. Keeping the defense out is strategy number 1 in the Von Kama playbook after all, isn't it? Hey, quit it with all the Von Kama stuff, pal. What gives?
Hold it!
Detective, calm yourself. His attitude is unfortunately understandable. It is? I take it you're Mr. Knight Attorney. Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Well, I was supposed to be anyway, so I was planning to represent Knight. If his client had been murdered, he and I would have faced off against each other in court. I'd better see what he has to say for himself. Your current case. So the victim asked you to represent him. Sure did. We were supposed to have a little chat today. As was I. But a guard showed up instead and told her that his body had been found. I'm as bummed about it as you. Even brought him some weenies to cheer him up. Mr. Fender, you know you can't bring food to the prison. Oh yeah, well it's here now. Want some? Little vise I picked up on my travels? More it. No, thank you. Fine, you do you. What are you doing here anyhow? Don't tell me you wanted to hear Knight's side. Von Kama was always more of a convict than defendant at all cost guy. He didn't teach you that? That was a long time ago. If you say so, sure you don't want any weenies? No, thank you. The victim? Have you met with your client previously? Yes, indeed, Your Honor. Just yesterday, in fact. The Bronxster called me the minute he was arrested. Sounded really freaked out, man. Oh yeah, mention your little performance too. According to him, you really made a nuisance of yourself. And not a kind word was spoken, I'm sure. Well, sticks and stones and all. Boy, did he not like you. Trash talked you some fears. Hey, can't say I didn't join in the fun though. Fun? How dare you, Mr. Fender. Lighten up, kid. I'm kind of a fixture in the visitor's room. And I don't think I ever had that much of a gas. Oh, so you come here a lot? Hey, don't go getting a wrong idea, little sis. I'm never on the wrong side of the bars. Just happen to know someone who is. The visitor's room is usually where I'm at, but this isn't exactly my first time to clean either. In which case, I better ask him what he knows about this room. Tell me, what do you know about the scene of the crime? Huh? Oh, this room? No, dude. What do you know about it? I'll give you 3 choices. A recreation? Is it a recreation room? Whoa, I don't even want to know how you spend your spare time. But I guess there's plenty here you can play with if you use your imagination props. Now, let's see what the answer key has to say, shall we? Oh no, you got it wrong! This is actually a workshop. So all the options he gave me were wrong. How infantile. How infantile. The cons come here to perform various duties. They can learn new skills too, paying some qualifications from in the back of the street. I see. And how is access to this room controlled? Who has the key? Chill out, Edward. I don't have all the answers. My man over there probably does though, right? Compadre? Yes, sir. The workshop's unlocked with physical keys. The doors are fitted with sensors instead. What kind of sensors? Inmates are issued with special bracelets. When they walk through a workshop door, the sensor checks their bracelet. And if they are not supposed to be there, ding, 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 an alarm sounds. If they let it ring for too long, then they get a real shock, if you know what I mean. And if they try to break or remove the bracelet, a shock 3 times worse than that. What? That's brutal! I guess I need to ensure the inmates follow the rules, but that sounds a bit excessive. If they wish to pass through a door like this one, prisoners needs to be accompanied by a guard. We disable the sensor for them and let them in. You get all that? Have any prisoners used this workshop today? No, sir. No one's been in here for days. I know they have. So no prisoners have entered, let alone used, this workshop today. Okay. Which means that there's a contradiction in this crime scene. Namely, there's something here that shouldn't be. I'll take another quick look over the crime scene and employ my powers of deduction to solve this mystery. The glove. The prison issue rubber glove. It seems strange that it should be in here. In fact, it's some of the contradiction. It is? Think about what we learned, Kate, about the prison security system. It's apparent to me now that there is no way this glove should be here. I just need to present a piece of evidence that proves my deduction to show my glove. Could this be related to the evidence somehow?
Eureka!
Prisoners aren't able to come and go from this workshop as it please. The door sensor would detect their bracelets, and their alarm would sound. What's more, according to the guard, no prisoners were authorized to be in the room at all today. And yet, here we have a rubber glove of the kind issued to inmates. This is a clear contradiction. So where did the glove come from? I don't know, Detective. Not yet, anyway. All I know for now is that the glove is a valuable piece of evidence. You! Apart from the prisoners and guards, who else has access to this room? No one, sir. This is a prison after all. Prisoners and guards are pretty much all there is. Mr. Frenter? Come on, don't play us like that, friend. We both know that's not true. You know as well as I do that prisoners and guards aren't the only ones who can come in. Huh? Oh, do you mean... But sir, they're... Mr. Frender, would you care to get to the point? Who exactly are you talking about? The dots? What? You don't have a pair of peepers in that hard head of yours? You didn't see them on the way in? Wandering about in the corridors, chilling with the buds? I bet if you moseyed on out of that door right now, you'd trip over one of them before you take it a step. Listen, pal. We've had just about enough of your belly. Take a chill pill, big guy. I'm on your side. You know, for such a white fella, you have a very good mind. What did you...
Hold it!
Detective! Sorry, sir. Look, just follow me, okay? Seeing is believing. Isn't that what they say? March 27, 11:06 a.m. Prison corridor. Oh, what? Here, the humans share the space with some special friends. Animals? Yup, furred and feathered fellers all changed in sizes. Guard filled me in on how he came about it. Seems they decided to try a little experiment in animal therapy a few years back. The cons are assigned a critter each, a buddy to help keep the spirits up. Really? Wow, this sounds like so much fun. Plus, inmates can even earn pet care qualifications if they go through some job training with the animals. Oh, that must be what all the equipment in the workshop is for. You got it. Rooms set up especially for that training stuff. So, when you said somebody else could have been at the scene of the crime, Spectamundo, big guy. I was talking about these guys. That just means you're still talking Balinese. What would an animal do with a rubber glove? Good question. All I'm saying is that it was possible the rest is Mr. Prosecutor's problem. Because as was served, you wanted to arrest this piece of Balinese, just say the word. Let me get this straight. Are you saying these animals can wander freely around the prison? You know those sensors on the doors? They detect the prisoner's bracelets and sound the alarm when somebody goes walking out. Well, for our furry friends, it's the other way around. They're fitted with microchips that open doors right up. They are? Aha! They're implanted just under the skin around the shoulders. Big needle, quick jab, and voila! What? Doesn't it hurt? No, they don't feel a thing. That's what they tell me anyway. Now, where was I? Ah, right. So the point is they're not the baddies here. So there's no reason to punish them. It's ironic. Here in this institution where the humans are caged, the animals are free to roam in their heart's content. They're not completely free though. They can't leave the prison proper for one thing. No sensor in that big mother of the door out, you see. Ah! What's that tinkling sound? Sir? Just look at that thing. And is that a bell around its neck? That explains the sound, I suppose. So cute, so adorable. Miss Edward, were you seriously trying to stare it down? I refuse to lose your dog. Not for nothing, sir, but your dog handling skills could use some work. Leave it to a pro and know how to treat him right. Come on now, come to Gummy. Man, I ignored by a dog. That dog was certainly very different to the other animals, and it seemed to have a real thing against me and only me. Alrighty then, you've met the menagerie. What's next? Guess we better interview some witnesses, right, sir? Indeed, we need more information regarding what was happening around the time the body was found. Then let's start with that guy. Hey, you there in the cell. Ignored again. Hello, we were wondering if you might be able to tell us anything about this morning's incident. Is anyone else a little afraid of this guy? Hey, not a big talker, huh? It's alright, man. I'm on your side here. Let's start with a handshake, huh? Maybe a hug to break the ice? Seconds out. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, get it, man. Not everyone's a hugging type. I'm cool with that. Oh, so cute! Round 1, 10 reps each. What is this man up to? I better see what he has to say for himself. Your name? From the blue quarter, it's Rocco D259. Caserado. Don't mind if I keep moving, do you, boss? Fighter can't let his heart rate drop, see? It doesn't look like there's any danger of that. Don't you worry you lose too much weight doing all that. Gotta make weight before a fight, boss. Won't even make it to a ring if you're done. So you are weight again. You gotta be a boxer, right? Was, back in the day, but it's good to stay fight fit. At least ways, that's how I see it. So is a bear part of your training too? Looks cute. Hey, friend, it's so cute. Ain't nothing cute about Teddy. He's my partner, see? There's a polar bear keeps up on my toes. He seems to have loosened up a little. Now's my chance. Where were you and Teddy at the time of the incident? Come on, boss. I ain't no stoolie and I don't know nothing know-how. I'll be the judge of that. Please answer the question. You punch drunk or some boss? I told you, I don't know it's it. So he won't play ball. Guess there's only one thing to do, huh, Miss Edgeworth? Indeed. The more he protests his ignorance, the more certain I am that he's hiding something. Alright, let's see exactly what you do and don't know, shall we, Mr. Cazerado? Oh, the mind chess again. Let us analyze the state of play. He adopts the boxing stance when he is on high alert. I guess it's that things won't go well if I push too hard at such moments. When my opponent is on offensive, I should remain calm and bide my time. He's bound to reveal an opening eventually, which is when I'll bounce. First, let's see if our friend here knows anything about the incident. I'll start by asking about his movements and bring his fight to an end before he knows what hit him. Tell me about your day so far. Why don't you start by telling me what you've done today? You answer me, Mr. Cazerado. What? You want a shot at the champ? Is that it? Then put him up, pal. We're in trouble already. That's gotta be a record. Fisticuffs is hardly my style, but I'm more than happy to take you on in a game of chess. Incidentally, don't you get tired ducking and diving like that all the time? You think I don't got stamina, kid? Oh, just to try me. I ain't tired, not today, not ever. Especially not today, it took it real easy this morning. Had me some quiet cell time, hardly broke a sweat. Really? You look pretty sweaty today. Give me a break, will ya? I'm done talking, okay? I'm tired. Yes, real tired. I thought you took it easy? You may have kept your boxing skills sharp, Mr. Cazerado, but I'm afraid your line needs quite a bit of work. Tired? Really? I hardly think that's possible. Especially not after you just told me about your quiet cell time this morning. Oof, we gotta be careful there, Teddy. When this guy lands, he lands. What? He's hiding something, I'm sure. I should try asking about what was happening at the time of the incident, both in and outside the cell. I won't need to use my fits in the next round. No, I'll deliver this knockout using carefully chosen words alone. What were you doing? Do you remember what you were doing at the time of the incident? I was, catching some Z's, we both was. The incident happened only a short while ago. You seem wide awake, all things considered. Fighter's gotta be able to get up quick and when he's down, but he needs his build to sleep too, builds muscle. Is that so? Then I apologize for waking you. I read that rest is an important part of any boxer's training, Red Eye. You don't say. So, Mr. Prosecutor is savvy when it comes to a fight game, huh? Who knew? How do you know my profession? Interesting. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I don't remember telling you. You've been eavesdropping, haven't you? You've been listening to every word you said out there in the corridor, which means you weren't asleep, and that you're lying again. watching movies in us. But what? The guy can't work out in his cell no more without lawyers getting involved? Or is a man taking care of himself a crime now? The fact that we now know he was awake and an important development I could well prove to be a useful clue. What was it like around here? Did you notice anything strange around the time of the incident? What do you mean strange? Don't play dumb. Answer the question. Tell me what was going on around that time. I wish you could help me, boss. But it was a sleep. We both lost. Time to deploy my clue. You were exercising. Oh shit! Should have bided my time. The number your bare face lies. You weren't asleep. You were exercising. You told me as much yourself. Oh, that was good. A counterpunch shot. Should have seen that coming. It seems I have you on the road, Mr. Cousin. It's time to come clean about what you did. Alright, you don't gotta shout about it. Stomping around like you own the place, Teddy and Miss Paws have been scared enough this morning already. Already, you say? You have done well to endure this long, but I fear you will soon be out for the count. You say the animals have been scared enough already, which implies something happened here earlier. Well, what was it, Mr. Casimiro? Quit it, will ya? I'm getting shellacked here. Fine. Somebody yelled, okay? Real loud, real scared. Got our little guy scared too. Yeah, laugh it up, Mr. Big Shot Lawyer. Let me see you do the same thing in the ring. Checkmate. Ooh, I didn't miss a thing. Ohio! Welcome. I think we've now established that you know more than you're letting on, don't you? Fine, I'll talk. You did it, Miss Edward. Let's not get carried away, Kay. Our work here is only just begun. Hey, can we call a timeout here for a sec, guys? There's something super big I need to say. It's just, well, it's like fate brought us here today after all these years, Edgeworth. And it's a real privilege watching how you work, eye-opening stuff in it. Just thought you should know I'll be telling you know who what you've become. Who know who? Being together low down now? Well...
Hold it!
That's enough. This has nothing to do with you. Whoa, don't have a cow, man. Why so sensitive? Record whatever you wish to whomever you wish. Just do it on somebody else's time. Whatever you say, boss man, but I think he should know things. You know, how you've been living your life since you signed on to doing things the one comma way. After all, you've disappointed him enough for one lifetime already, am I right? What's he talking about, Mr. Edward? Nothing that need concern you today. Our focus should be on Mr. Calderon. Now, shall we continue? It's time to hear the truth at last. Hey, you won't land a glove on me, kid. The incident. There was a show. Finished right around 10 a.m. Came back here after, did some training. Lee's ways I tried to. Barely got to count at 2 before somebody screams, "What the ah!" Guy was hollering and howling, crying for help. But what can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So I chews it out and gets back to work. I find it curious that you would pay so little heed to a desperate cry for help. Like I say, boss, what can I do? Besides, this is a joint. Don't nobody thank nobody for getting involved in what ain't none of their concern. I hear you, brother. Best you could do is rubberneck from in there anyway. Am I right? You mentioned training, Mr. Caserato. I can't help but notice how well equipped your cell is. There's a guy, the fixer, they call him. What's a fixer? Fellow who can get his hands on about anything you need for a price. No way, think you can find me Perhaps, Mr. Caserato, what you ought to ask is a beginner's guide to giving better testimony. Because I can promise you that you will be down for the count in one. You put me down? Try it, you bum. And what am I, chopped liver? There was a show finished right around 10 a.m.
Hold it!
What kind of show was it exactly? Depends on the day. They bring him in from outside, see? Singers, dancers, all kinds. Gives us cons a little something to look forward to. Nice. That sounds like fun. And you weren't along to see today's show? Sure did. Can't miss a chance to get a glimpse of the outside world now, can I? Then it was over. Came back here after, did me some training.
Hold it!
What did this training involve? Let's see now. Today was a stamina and rhythm work, which means jumping. What? In that tiny cell? How? And what about Teddy? Isn't that dangerous for him? Kids don't jump. Second to get my rope out, he jumps up and holds on tight. Jump rope with a polar bear clinging to your chest. I told you, didn't I? We're partners. And besides, a little extra weight's good for me. Anyway, I started jumping rope. These ways I tried to. Barely got to the count of 2 before somebody screams, "What the?"
Hold it!
Tell us more about the scream you heard. It was the scream of a guy about to scream his last. And I should know. Whoa there, good buddy. There's a time and place, you know. So it was clearly audible. Guy backed into a corner, fighting for his life. You ever hear something like that, boss? Well, I have, and yeah, it was clearly audible. Guy was hauling and howling, crying for help.
Hold it!
And that's all you heard? There was nothing else? Nope, not much anyhow. So there was something. What else did the victim say? You have to tell me. Oh, I do, why don't you come on over here and I'll see what I can make you squeal like he did. Whoa. Forgive the kid here. He doesn't know when to quit. Come on, Miles. Apologize, you're a good man. But this is clearly important, and yet he insists on remaining infuriatingly vague. Look, friend, how about you let this slide? Please. So yeah, I heard the voice like I said. But what can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So I choose it out. And I get back.
Hold it!
You were able to concentrate on your training even after hearing all that screaming? Look, if we was on the outside, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I'd have seen what I could do. But this ain't the outside. It can't go no place, even if I wanted to. And you didn't think to slip out of your cell to go sneak a peek? I don't think anybody else would have thought of doing that except you, Dave. If only this wasn't a prison, Mr. Knight might have left. I somehow doubt it. Frankly speaking, there was no saving him. What? But if somebody could have just got him to him in time. Mr. Kazurado is clearly lying. What I don't understand is why. Let's see what I can uncover by pointing out the contradiction in his testimony. Okay, let's examine. Come on, hurry up and open that class. This is a murder investigation. You sound like a child on Christmas morning. Oh, please, even your heart must skip a beat when you're about to open a mysterious box. Not all of us think like you, Kay. Thank you. They're chess pieces, right? These are chess pieces. I've seen the ones you have in your office, so how come these are black and white? Those chess pieces the one in my office are custom made. As in, they're unique and probably valuable? I like the sound of that. But she's got the glint in her eye, she'd better not be planning a robbery. There's nothing to examine. Kinda boring. cannot.
Hold it!
Oh! The alarm has a sound. The alarm has a sound.
Objection!
Oh shit, no. That your best shot, kid? My grandmother has a better job than you. Ugh. A decent unchip. My next one is right on the money. Okay.
Hold it! Hold it!
Yeah.
Hold it!
That was big. Ah. Crying for help.
Objection!
Yeah, I knew it. He died instantly. Are you listening carefully, Mr. Kazurato? Huh? You trying to be cute or something? The victim died from a wound to the throat, and very quickly at that. He had neither the time nor the ability to scream as you claim he did. You say you heard the victim's cries, and yet that would have been plausible. But there must have been a scream. He said there was. He said there was? Yeah. Quit looking so smug, will ya? Fine, I admit it. I didn't hear nothing, alright? But the guy in the next cell did. He told me so. The next cell? You mean... Huh? What you want? I heard a scream. What of it? We came back from the show and they put us in our cells, same as always. Then, just like I told this guy, I heard it. A scream. A real scary one. Scary? How, exactly? Didn't tell him his part, I guess, but it was kind of like... Eh! Someone, anyone, come quickly. He's... something like that. Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been a person who found his body. Ah, that explains it. So, Mr. Kazurato was telling the truth, more or less. Is that really the case, though? Are there really no problems now with his testimony? I'm afraid a new problem has reared its head. Why didn't you hear the scream yourself, Mr. Kazurato? Yeah, what gives, pal? How come you didn't hear anything when your neighbor heard it clear as day? Rawr! What you think I did a crime or something? Huh? From inside this here cell? I died over in the workshop in case you forgot. Yeah, it does seem a little weird now that you mention it. He's right, neither of us could have done it. Because let me tell you, if I could get out of here in case and murder somebody, you'd all be toast. Isn't that the truth? You bums ain't leaving this place in one piece if any of us can help it. I almost forgot that these men are hardened criminals. Well, I won't be doing that again anytime soon. Hey. I'm guessing this wasn't how you saw this story. What's my next movie? I won't get much more out of them.
Overruled!
Ooh! Who's there? the court. Who died in making the boss of me, huh? Can't you see we're kind of busy here? Hush now, silence is golden. It is? Your hand, if you please. By the power vested in me, I hereby sentence you to blissful silence. Praise be, a simple life awaits you. No money, no possessions. May the goddess of justice watch over you, now and always. Guard, if you would. Looks like you'll be spending the night in solitary, buddy. What? Come on, please, boss. Any place but there. There's no need to be afraid, my child. If anything, you should rejoice. This is a blessing, a chance to redeem yourself, to be reborn. Oh shit. No! Oh, goddess of justice, bless your child and keep him in your care. Oh, Holy One, we give thanks in your name. And you are? Verity Gavel, at your service. It is my honor to bear the title of judge and to work at the pleasure of the law. And what is a judge doing in a place like this? Since you asked, Miss Edgeworth, I've been sent here to find you. I come bearing a message from the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence, and it is my sacred duty to deliver it. The Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence? What the heck is that? It is first and foremost a name that should not be taken in vain, my child, for it is a sacred phrase from the goddess of justice herself. Why don't I fill you in, kiddo? The committee is a panel of 11 people whose job is to keep our beloved prosecutors honest. In other words, they make sure people like Edgeworth here don't cross their professional line. The panel is comprised of people from both legal and political professions. A panel of which you're a member, as you know. I am. Allow me to thank you on the committee's behalf for your service. Thanks for coming to see us tonight. Speaking for myself, it's a real honor to meet you. It's always great to hang with the judicial compadre. I don't even know how to read that. Come on, bring it in and chillax. We're all friends.
Overruled.
Need I remind you that the committee has a long-standing relationship with the Bar Association? Hey, it didn't mean anything by it. We're just trying to lighten the mood, okay? So, your job is to find bad prosecutors and punish them? Precisely, my child. Praise be to the goddess of justice for bestowing your gift inside unto you. The committee has the power to remove problematic prosecutors from cases. And should a prosecutor truly unworthy of the title be brought to our attention, we are vested with power to confiscate that prosecutor's badge. And what does the Committee for Prosecutory, whatever you said, want with Mr. Edgeworth? We're in the middle of an investigation.
Objection!
Pitiful. You really don't know, do you? What an ignoramus. And who are you, pal? Winner. Eustace Winner, Prosecutor Extraordinaire. Though you might know me as just the Winner, a name they call me down at the prosecutor's office. With great affection, and my dad. I've never heard of you. And how about Detective Flatfoot over there? Huh? Nope. Name means nothing to me. Well, it's to be expected of an enormous, I suppose. Ignorance is sweet, as they say, so I'm sure most things mean sweet nothings to you. Ignorance is bliss, Winner, and I don't think sweet nothings means what you think it means. It is entirely natural that you aren't yet acquainted. Eustace only joined us this last month, so he's nothing but a rookie? I'm not just any rookie, I am a winning rookie, which will prove himself to be in the due time. Now, let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edgeworth. What do you mean? What mess? I fear I know exactly what it means. The committee is sending me an envoy with a new prosecutor in tow. I suspect I know what you're getting at, Winner. But I'm going to need a few more details. Would you mind explaining, Judge Gavel? Very well. By the power vested in me by the Goddess of Justice, I hereby declare that in a matter of the incident at the presidential address and the murder of Mr. Bronco Knight, The committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duties and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. What? Mr. Edgeworth is off the case? Just like that? Judge Gravel, I believe I asked for an explanation. No explanation is required. The guilty verdict is in. The goddess has spoken, and her judgment is...
Objection!
And what exactly have I done to warrant being taken off the case? Come now, Mr. Edgeworth. Claiming ignorance of your crimes will not serve to listen to you. You boarded the presidential plane, violating the principle of extraterritoriality, and while here, you performed an unsanctioned investigation and subjected a visiting foreign leader to question. You are one wrong move away from causing a major international incident. You vastly overstepped the authority of your office. To call it an abuse of power would be no understanding.
Objection!
I don't deny that I may have pushed the boundaries where certain rules were concerned, but there is also no denying that certain risks must be taken if one is to arrive at the truth. I refuse to concede that my actions were inappropriate.
Overruled!
Then, what you're saying is that the end justify the means, that rules can be freely ignored? That is a very dangerous way of thinking. The law is absolute. It is not to be bent with to your whims. Forgive me, but not all of us believe as you do. Is that so? How unfortunate. Still, it changes nothing. When a trial ends, the hammer falls. But you defendant, be you defendant or attorney, even if the verdict seems irrational, nothing more can be done. Nothing, that is, but to give thanks to the goddess of justice's divine release. Unless you wish to appeal, to do so would be to risk your badge, of course. So you need to take my badge if I don't play along. Whoa, tough break, Edgeworth. I see you've accepted your fate. Good. Guards, if you'd be so kind as to escort him out. No, stop! What are you doing, detective? I'm in charge here now. So, you do as I say and move out of the way. What? You're not the boss of me. Unluckily for you, Flatfoot, that's exactly what I am. They're holding all the cards here. I don't stand a chance. Detective Gumshoe, do as Mr. Witness says. But sir! Judge Gravel? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? The committee's decision is beyond irrational, so yes, I do plan to appeal. You haven't heard the last of us. Duly noted. Until we meet again. Let's go, Cody. We'll leave. Right! Oh, and remember, you know who will be getting a full report on all of this. To be continued! That was fast. I'm gonna go for another round then. That was so fast. Did I play it too fast? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I can go for another round. March 28, 9:45 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. It's been only an hour and 11 minutes. Ugh, I still can't believe what happened yesterday. It was terrible, the way those two treated you. Now, let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edward. The committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duty and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. I'm so hungry. What should I be eating? What should I be? What should I be eating today? Judge Gravel and Mr. Winner certainly didn't mince their words. But that's not what concerns me. I'm more worried about the committee's reasons for doing what they did. And what they might do next, suspect it won't be good. I suspect it won't be good. To Miss Edgeworth, are you listening to me? Yes, of course. Wait. I don't know what to eat. I really want to eat something though. Let's see. Should I eat noodles? I didn't have noodles yesterday. Rice? Well, I kind of want to... What should I be eating? Okay, fine. So, this is it? You're giving up on the Bronco knife case? No, I have no intention of doing any such thing. To walk away from the case would be to tacitly accept the committee's decision. The only problem is that I don't have the authority to continue investigating. Yes? What is it, Detective? I've got some bad news, sir. Word down that the precinct is... They just arrested somebody for Knight's murder. What? Do you know who it is? No, but I heard they're being held in a detention center. Maybe you could go talk to whoever it is? Good idea. Let's get down there, Mr. Ashworth. Even without the authority to investigate, surely I can still pay a suspect an innocent visit. Alright, we're on our way. Me too. I'll see you there, sir. But won't you be missed, Detective? Nah, everyone's busy in the prison going over the crime scene anyway. Good, then we'll see you shortly. Yes, sir! Well, it's good that at least Gumshoe is on our side. I mean, he is a very silly one, but still, he's a good one. Come on, Kay, let's go. You got it. Woohoo! March 28, 10:23 a.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Still no sign of them, huh? Indeed. Wait, this is just like last time. Please don't tempt fate like that. No, I can't. I just can't. Sure you can. I told you, it's just a pair of visitors. Sounds like someone really doesn't want to see us. No. I just talk with them. Just talk with them, please. But one of them's a Prosecutor, right? Aren't they all super scary? All they do is stare at you right into your soul. You must be the suspect in Yes! See? I told you! Okay, why is this man so flustered? Probably because you're being you. But I guess that's just how you are. Thanks for clearing up absolutely nothing. Hey, Mr. Suspect, you doing okay in there? We just want to have a little chat with you, no biggie, right? Who are you? I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick. It's just a part-time gig I'm doing while I take a break from my real job, though. Funny, I don't recall ever employing you. And that's Mr. Edgeworth. He is the prosecutor, but he's not going to stare a hole into your soul or anything. Oh, please. Really? Hello, good morning! Good morning, Ohio! Good morning. Anyway, can you first please tell us your name? It's Saint. Simon Saint. Well, nice to meet you, Simon. Maybe Simon? Simon, say? You can call me Kay. Everyone else does. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. Please, Simon. Please, Simon, we're trying to help you, I promise. Really? Thanks to Kay. Sounds like we might finally get some answers, at least. Simon Saint. Perhaps you could start by telling us a little about yourself. Who, me? But why would anyone want to know anything about me? I'm boring, I'm nothing, I'm a nobody. Do you have a job? Oh, well, it's hardly worth mentioning you. I'm your average corporate pencil pusher, just like everybody else, honest. This is going to take a while. Relation to Knight. About you and Mr. Knight. And just when I thought we were making progress. Okay? So, Simon? Did you know Mr. Knight? Come on, you can tell me. But Bronco? Yeah, I knew him. We were friends. Namtok or Mudang is both well. Namtok. Interesting. I mean, I'm not reading. I mean, I'm like, I said interesting, like the food suggestion. Interesting. I wonder if you knew that Knight had been arrested. And did you know Mr. Knight had been arrested? Yeah, I even came to visit him. He came to see Knight? I wonder when that would have been. And when was that, Simon? It was the day before yesterday, around lunchtime. I came as soon as I got the call from the cops. The police called him? Why? How come the police called you? They said Bronco asked him to. That he needed a favor. A favor? He wanted me to bring him his chess set, the pocket-sized one. So I went by his place and then I came here. A chess set? A chess set? Is it just me or is she getting better at stealing my thoughts? You do know everything you think is written all over your face, right, Miss Ashley? Hee. Yeah, I'm not a mind reader, just an expression reader. Amazing, right? Don't you just love having a sidekick as helpful as me? And have you read what my next move is going to be? I sure have. There's something you want to show Simon. Indeed. Let's present it to him and see what he has to say about it. So, this chess set. Oh, that's the one I brought for Bronco. Well, that settles that at least. Okay. We found it next to Mr. Knight. He always had to have a chessboard somewhere nearby. I'm not surprised he had it with him when he... Simon, you and Mr. Knight, you were very close, weren't you? Yeah, we were best friends. At least, I thought we were. But I guess I was wrong about that. What do you mean? If I knew him so well, why was it such a shock for me to find out he'd killed someone? It's not easy discovering that someone you were close to has committed a terrible crime. I love you, hee sound like MJ. Hee. It's a very bitter pill to swallow. How could it all end like this? I could never have imagined something so awful. Something's not right here, Miss Edgeworth. There's just no way Simon murdered Mr. Knight. Yes, he certainly doesn't seem to have an obvious motive. Then again, he wouldn't have been arrested for no reason either. I wonder what grounds they had for doing so. Reason for arrest. Why were you arrested, Mr. Saint? I just don't get it. Why won't he talk to me? I don't know. Honestly, I don't... Whoa, he answered you, Mr. Edgeworth. I guess he's not scared of you anymore. Thank goodness for small miracles. The cops burst into my house this morning out of nowhere. And before I knew it, I was here. These policemen. Was there a prosecutor with them? Yes, some kid named the Winner or something. The rookie. I thought as much. So, did they interrogate you yet? What? I'm going to be interrogated? But by the cops? Well, yeah, I mean, you've been arrested. You are a suspect now. No! The detectives shout at me and threaten me and there are always those hulking guys, right, who get in your face and force you to. Detective Jacobs, you're reporting for duty. See, I told you! Please don't hurt me. Please don't crush me with these huge arms. No, please, I'm calling the cops! What's up with this guy, Miss Edgeworth? Oh, nothing, Detective. You're just being... I guess it's just how you are. I don't get it, sir. Look, Miss Edgeworth, Simon is clearly innocent. So there's gotta be something we could do for him, isn't it? Okay, let's see. I really want to have some grilled pork. They don't have grilled pork? What? What do you mean? Oh no. Ooh, interesting. Oh, maybe some noodles? I'm still looking for my food. Mr. Saint. Yes? You're Mr. Knight's friend, and 2 days ago you came to visit him. You had none at all to do with his murder. Is my understanding correct? Yes, I didn't kill anybody. Very well, then I would choose to believe you, and I would do all that I can to assist you. Huh? But why would you help a nobody like me? Let's just say that I may not be doing it solely for your sake. I have some of a personal interest in this case. That's right! It's payback time! We'll show those two whose investigation reigns supreme. Ooh yeah, now we're cooking. Unfortunately, it still lacks the authority to conduct said investigation. As such, my resources are rather limited and I'll need to lean heavily on the ones I do have at hand. Which means you, Mrs. Saint, your information will be invaluable going forward. In other words, let's see, we can't help one another out, shall we? Oh, I just thought of something. Why don't you just borrow an attorney's badge? Then you could represent our pal here. Now, it's not the time for jokes, dummy. I mean, Mr. Edwards is a prosecutor. He could defend anyone if his life depended on it. But I wasn't kidding. I just thought, helping suspects, that's what a defense attorney does, you know? Sure, but we can do that too. The only thing that matters is that we find the real culprit in the end. Ooh, this one looks good. This one looks good. Yeah, maybe I should have some chicken noodles, probably. Red Raisin. And maybe Kaprao. Do they have it? Yes, they do. Ooh, they could put some long beans for me too. I love it. I would love this. Okay. Woo! What is it? Somebody subbed? Let me see. Oh, Mimi! Thank you so much for 23 months in a row! Subscription! Thank you. Hooray! 23 months in a row, hooray! Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you, I love you. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. It's okay, I think it should be good. Okay, I ordered some kaprao. Good morning. Kaprao is in order, so after I'm done with this chapter, I'm gonna go with kaprao. Okay, I'm done. So come on, let's get to work. Yes, ma'am. Let's go. I'm sure you know already, but just to be clear, if our investigation ultimately proves you to be the culprit, we'll have no choice but to treat you like any other suspect. But you needn't worry. I believe you, or at least I have decided to try for now. Just hold tight and try to believe in us in return. If nothing else, it might help you to feel a little less alone. Now, if you'll excuse me. March 28, 11:22 a.m. Detention Center Corridor. So, we talked a good game in there, but we can't even get back inside the main prison to see the scene of crime. Maybe defending the guy in court is our best bet after all. Gummy, can't defend voice live, remember? Well, who do we have here? If it isn't Edgeworth and the gang, what are you cats doing here? Listen, pal, if you come to harass Mr. Edgeworth again, I'll... Hey, easy there, Detective Blackwood Jones. I'm here to work. Work? What, you're here to defend somebody? Whoa, the Keymeister nails it in one! Aren't you just uber intelligentes, one of the bunch? Uber intelligentes? That's not how you use either of those words, Vendor. Some may say I'm an easygoing old rogue about town, but I'm actually not a hot bad attorney, which is why I've been summoned to the old jail-a-rooney for a meeting with a new client. The suspect is one summoning Sainsbury. You mean Simon Saint? Wow, that's freaky. You know more about my job than I do. Wait, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Fender's a defense attorney. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I fear I might be. In fact, it could be our only option. Not so long ago, I found myself embroiled in another case that wasn't mine. I managed to worm my way onto the crime scene by agreeing to be a certain someone's subordinate. Not an experience I ever wanted to repeat, but I fear I may have little choice. Vendor, Before you say another word, I just gotta point out the fine print. Eddie Vendor doesn't take on associates. Say it ain't so, I hear you protesting, but pompous prosecutors are no-go. Especially those of the Von Comma variety. I should have known he would forgive me that easily. I understand why you wouldn't want to work with someone like me. What's more, I understand how you feel about all things Von Comma. But please, believe me when I say, I'm not the man I was back then. I'm no longer under my old mentor's spell. You better believe it, pal. Mr. Edwards' a changed man. Sure, he used to be a demon prosecutor, but he's not like that anymore. I do have feelings, detective. Gummy's right. Mr. Edwards is one of the good guys now. He's not just a prosecutor. He's a hero. He got me off the hook just last month. You don't say. Well, that escalated quickly. But he was. There's no other word for it. He was heroic. Great beefly, even. Please, Fender, don't you think there's some odd about the way the committee stepped in yesterday? There's more to this case than meets the eye, I'm certain of it. I can't just walk away from this. I can't. Please, allow me to help you with this investigation. He bowed. Jeez, you bowed from the great Miles Edward. Never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. So enlighten me, if you will. What made the leopard change his spots? Well, I suppose I would have to say, the courtroom itself. I've experienced so many things and met so many people that are within its four walls, including some old friends who showed me a better way to be. How could that not change a person? Hey, well, I'll be. Though you'd never have bared his soul like that, that was beautiful. Yes, it's Kapow forever. You might have even surprised you know who, and you know how that takes. Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start again with a clean slate. So, this is me. Edgeworth and Co. Law Offices. Eddie Fender, senior partner. Edgeworth? That's right. Mr. Fender here began his legal career as an assistant to my late father, Gregory Edgeworth. What? Your dad was a defense attorney? So, you know who Mr. Fender keeps talking about is the clever cave meister nails it in one yet again. That's right, I was talking about his own man. Guess you're not all noticed to give his name over the door, so to speak. Least I could do for old Gregory. Listen, Edward. Miles. I'm going to level with you. I don't trust you, not fully anyway. I can't just forget about all those years you spent licking Von Comma's boots. Anyone can say they've changed. I'm going to need you to prove it. And besides, you know it's what Gregory would have wanted. Very well, accept. Okay, and that's enough hardball for one day. Let's move on to the fun stuff. I hereby appoint you interim associate of Edgeworth and Co. Congrats, man. I'll try not to let you. Well, doesn't this bring a tear to the eye? The prodigal son coming on board as his slave father's son. Permission to come on board too, please, Mr. Fender. You don't even have to ask, kiddo. Welcome to the crew. Woohoo! Thanks, Captain. Alright, I guess it's time to go to work. So, where do we begin? Any bright ideas, Miles? Where were we when we were so rudely interrupted? Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been the person who found the body. I believe we need to speak with the person who found the body. Just what I was thinking, eager associate. We do indeed. And he's still the type to smile and nod, I see. That would certainly make my life easier, boss. Now that that's decided, let's get going. What about me? I'm a detective. I can't just hop on board as an attorney's assistant like you guys. He has a point. I can't leave him adrift all on his own now, can I? Detective Gumshoe, I have a special assignment for you. You are to continue investigating the case under Mr. Winter. If you happen to discover anything that seems useful, you are to notify me. You're in a uniquely powerful position, Detective. I'm going to need all the info you can pass our way. You can count on me, sir. I'm a real pro when it comes to letting things slip to defense. Trust me, I know. But just this once. Those loose lips of yours might be what saves our ship. Throw wide the prison gates, good sirs, because here we come. Oh, wow. March 28, 11:50 a.m. prison corridor. So, any idea how we tracked down whoever found Wrongster's body, Miles? I think our best bet would be to simply ask her. Oh, don't you dare! What the heck? Why are there so many people? Who is this? Excuse me, but oh my, just look at you. Are you talking to me? Just fabulously shaped, darling. Fabulously. Facial hair is so very au courant, don't you think? Enchanted, mademoiselle, and much obliged. Defense attorney, a defender. A defender at your service. Let's get things off the right foot, shall we? A little embrasser, perhaps. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I like the sound of that. What the heck? Right on the kisser! Well, how else does one meet a new friend? A little smooch is entirely don't you think? Wow, talk about stealing a kiss! Indeed, an act so shameless, it puts even great thieves to shame. Physical contact is so very important as a form of expression of our little family. Everyone in this lovely home would tell you as much. Hey, if everyone else is hip to that, I can be hip to that too, sure. Fifi Lagarde, by the way, warden of this charming abode. You may call me Fifi, of course. So she's a warden of the entire detention center and prison facilities. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Lagarde, Miles Edgeworth. I'm an associate with Mr. Fender's practice. I hope you don't mind me asking, but were you here in the prison yesterday? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day after all. Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens, no! I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. It was a simply spectacular event featuring some terrifically talented animals. Anyone who was anyone had to be there. If you were here at home, you were watching the show with me. The performers set up a special stage in the yard just for us. We're one very lucky family. N'est-ce pas? I don't know how to read that. So she was at this circus performance for the inmates yesterday morning. Mr. Casarado mentioned a show yesterday as well. You must have been talking about the same thing. What time did this show take place? From around 8 until 10, maybe? Yeah, somewhere like that. Meaning it finished right around when the body was discovered. And by dint of having attended the show, she has a reasonably solid alibi. Would you look at the time? Sorry, darlings, I really must dash. Feel free to explore home, Mikasa, Sukasa, and all that. Ciao for now. Okay? It sounds very Spanish, but Mikasa, Sukasa. My home, your home. Mikasa, Sukasa. Well, what now, Miss Edgeworth? The person who found the body screamed, and that scream was heard by one inmate that we know of. Therefore, our first task is to question this inmate and see where his information will take us next. The horses. The ponies. They don't have ponies. This one's only big enough to carry a small child. Isn't it great, Miss Edgeworth? It's like being at a zoo. Except it's the humans, not the animals who live in captivity here. No one would mind if I took one home with me, would they? If by home you mean behind bars, and no, I suppose not. Oh, it's a blurb about the guy in this cell. Let's see what it says. Prisoner number D259, classification habitat. C-cell to the right. Not exactly helpful, is it? This grizzly fellow had a pet polar bear called Teddy. He's a former boxer who loves to stay trim and is always at optimal fighting. He may push his body to the max, but he's relentlessly kind to himself. Who exactly needs all this information for anyway? Yeah, exactly. There's no one. I took him to a solitary, remember? I wonder when he'll be back. It may be a while. I got the feeling it was in pretty serious trouble. Poor guy, did you see the tears in his eyes? He really didn't want to go. Yeah, the way they had to literally drag him away was certainly unusual for a simple time out. I shudder to think what kind of punishment he's facing. Right on a kisser! She seems to have given you quite a shock. And why is that? I thought you were a man of the world. Yeah, well, I'm all for saying hi with a hug, but going straight for the kiss? Pull your boots, am I right? Woo me a little before buggering up, that's all I ask. Wow, I never would have pegged you as a shy type. That's not the issue here. An associate's robe. Listen, Miles, I've been meaning to ask. Does that frown of yours turn upside down? An assistant with a permanent scowl on his face is bad for business, you know. I don't see any reason why an associate attorney needs to smile. And that's how I know you've never worked in a private practice. It's all about building trust, man. You've got to create rapport with your clients. A smile here, a wink there. A hug to break the ice, and a card to show you're legit. Otherwise, it will never open up. Yes, well, to each your own, Fender. Edgeworth and Cole. My lips are cracked so badly. Hello, welcome! Welcome! And I'll give it to you straight. Running the biz was tough going at first. I mean, Gregory Edwards, man, those are some pretty big shoes. I see. And what kind of cases does the firm take on? Might be better asking what we don't. We do murders, parking fines, the whole nine yards. Our basic principle is this: everyone deserves a defense. Sounds like a good thing. So you never refuse a request? Well, let's just say I have certain preferences in the kinds of work. Oh, but did you just say everyone deserves a defense? Hey, I'm just messing with you, little sis. Of course, we treat all our clients the same. I mean, Gregory's name is still above the door. I've got to live up to his ideals, you know. And that means always doing my best for everyone. Edgeworth and Cole, the firm my father built on. Ah, my lips! It's cracked so badly. There's something written here. It seems to be about the prisoner in this cell. Prisoner number D258, classification, captive was periculous. Periculosis? He may look fearsome, but this lively fellow is actually a sweet-natured herbivore. Oh. He even has a pet penguin named Winnie. He's skilled at giving such a real gripping testimonials. You swear you were there at the crime scene too. The end. Yeah, it's the kind of thing you might expect to read in a zoo, not a prison. Exactly. It's a minute pig, I believe, though not for eating, I hope. Oh, isn't this great, Mr. Edwards? It's like being at a zoo. Except it's the humans, not the animals who live in captivity here. No one would mind if we took one home with me, would they? Okay. About the person who found the body, do you happen to know where he is right now? Should be in the in one of the workshops, I guess, usually at this hour. Then it seems the workshop's our next port of call. Breakfast? Yes, I did. I have breakfast. I have breakfast already. I can never function without breakfast. I can never. Breakfast is my forte. Is my bestie. What about you? Don't forget to have good breakfast, okay? Lucas Edgeworth is a monkey mountain. Not something I ever expected to see in a prison, I must say. Doesn't it look like fun? Not in the least. And while we're on the subject, you're not under any circumstances to climb on that structure. Do I make myself clear? But I have to show the monkey who's the boss. Please, Kay, you really don't. Why is there a rabbit just... I nearly tripped over it. Isn't it green, Miss Edgeworth? It's... Oh, okay. I wonder where this door leads. I don't know about you, but I'm getting some real strong vibes coming from here. Maybe that's where to keep the super duper dangerous prisoners. That's certainly a real possibility, in which case we'd better turn back while we're sleeping. Wait, I was only kidding, you know. Do you have a moment? We have a few questions for you. Oh, who's a good girl? You are. You're just perfect. She really is. She's beautiful. Meow. He's finally noticed me. I was wondering, what's her name? It's Waggy, ma'am. She's my little friend. Yes, right. That's your then. What? I need our answers, not clawful puns. This looks like the way to the prison yard. Sadly, shutter is locked. Freedom awaits on just the other side. A stoic lock and key twixt mine eyes and nose and the outdoor place. Such a cruel fate it is indeed. The more I think on it, the more it eats at me. And whose thoughts are you attempting to channel exactly with that soliloquy? I can see the crime scene through the window. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just shove your whole face in front of the window like that. You have to do it more sneaky-like. Steal a few good looks while keeping a lookout for your enemy. I'm not a criminal, okay? So why should I have to behave like that? Yes, I was just trying to teach you my special sneak peek technique. Well, I have no need for such technique. Thank you very much. Hello? Anybody in there? Nice try, kiddo, but this isn't a bathroom stall. Yo, you there. Can you help us out here, my good man? Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Is somebody using this workshop right now? Yes, sir. One of the prisoners is in there. Just confirmed it myself during the noontime roll call. We'd like to speak to this prisoner, if that's okay. Sure, I'll go fetch him right now. Won't take a sec. This one's all yours, Mozzie boy. What? Why? Let's just say I'd rather not roll the dice on someone I don't know, yeah? Huh? And I thought adults were supposed to be strong and brave. Well, you're not looking so brave yourself right now, so let's call it even. Here they come. Oh! It's him! Oh my god! The culprit on the very, very first investigation that we did for the original Ace Attorney. Hello, yes, hello. I hear you wish to speak with me. Not exactly the hardened criminal we were expecting, you see. My name is Miles Edward. I'm a public prosecutor. A prosecutor, you say? Eddie Friend, attorney at law. what happened to me? I'm too scared to handle this. Listen, sorry about my Poly here. He gets the weirdest ideas, eh? Prosecutor, indeed. That'll be the day. He's actually just an associate. Jeez, Miles, get a grip, will ya? He's right. I mustn't forget that I'm the defense attorney's assistant for the time. That explains it. I did think you looked a little different from the prosecutor I spoke with yesterday. So he's already spoken to Winner. Would you mind answering a few questions? No, of course not. I'll be delighted. The name's Sawi, Frank Sawi. The witness is all yours, my young associate. Sure, have the intern do everything, why not? Mr. Sawi, you are no doubt aware that a murder took place yesterday. Would you mind telling us where you were at the time the body was found? Yes, I was in that workshop there, working as one myself. What kind of work were you doing? Well, I'm actually retraining at the moment. I'm hoping to become a stylist, you see. A pet stylist, that is, yes. So I've been studying hard and practicing every moment I can. An unusual field of study befitting an unusual prison, I suppose. And that's it. I certainly didn't see anything. Interesting. I barely asked him anything at all, and he's already sweating bullets. So, yes, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you.
Hold it!
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Sowit, for this interview has only just begun. I mean, even if you were to ask me, you know something, don't you? It's that... He's definitely hiding something. I'll need to push him a little harder if I'm to get any answers. The chess again. The first step is to analyze the situation. Let's take a look at our opponent. Okay, let's go. You just woke up? Okay. Go for something good. Let's have a meal, a proper meal. Oh shit, there are three? I didn't see anything. I really can't help you, remember? Something tells me you'd be a good poker player. It's hard to tell much at all from this. And I don't think you'll be giving me much in a way of physical cues either. I'll have to rely solely on his words instead. That's the only way I'll know what's going on here. Alright, time to make the first move. Let's see who we're dealing with here. He may be good at hiding his emotions, but everyone has a tell. What's your connection to this incident? Tell me, what's your connection to this incident? Which incident? The murder? Oh, well, it has not to do at all. None at all to do with me, nothing. Really? I wouldn't dream of getting involved in anything as ghastly as that. Well, you see, how could I put this? I like to think of myself as an upstanding citizen, a good person, you know? A good person who's in prison? Forgive me, Mr. Sabbath, but under normal circumstances, good people do not tend to end up in prison. So you do well to tell me what you know about these things. How many times do I have to tell you people? I don't know anything, I swear. By my time. Sorry, I don't know what more to say, but I can't help you. My apologies, Mrs. Sabbath. But considering that the incident occurred right here in the prison, I find it very hard to believe that you know nothing more. Oh, well, yes, I suppose I can see how it might seem unlikely, but it's true. If you're looking for the person who found the body, you have to look elsewhere. The person who found the body, you say? Why do you think I'm looking for the person who found the body? I certainly never mentioned any such thing to you. Is it because you do know something you're not telling me after all? No, I just sense that's who you might be looking for, that's all. I'm simply a pet stylist in training. I don't know anything, truly. There's no doubt about it now. This man is hiding something big. In which case, let's find out what he did yesterday, the day of the incident. My opponent is very good at hiding his true feelings, but not for long. It's time to smash that mask of his and see what lurks behind that phony smile. Tell me about the day of the incident. Tell me about the day of the incident. If you really don't have anything to do with the murder, then you have none to hide, right? Mrs. Sal is so nostalgia. Yeah, very nostalgic indeed. Well, the day of the incident? Oh gosh, I mean, so much happened. By my time. If you don't have anything to ask me, I do need to be going. Oh shit. Perhaps a little more proactivity is called for. Maybe, okay. What were you doing? I want to know what were you doing, Mrs. Sawit, in detail. I told you I'm a pet stylist in training. And that's what I was doing yesterday. Training. Specifically, I was giving the animals a training. Did you notice any commotion at the time of the incident? I would imagine things were suddenly quite tumultuous around you. Well, commotion, you say? No, not really. Maybe I heard something, but by my time... Oh shit! This is hard! Were they screaming? You heard someone? Was it someone screaming by any chance? And don't try to tell me you don't remember. You continue to assert that you know nothing about the incident, Mrs. Sawit. But I'm afraid I don't believe a word of it. Yeah! No, I thought I heard someone yelling, but I don't really remember. The fact that... Oh, shit. The fact that you heard a scream at the time of the murder may well prove to be a useful clue. I would do well to bear it in mind. Tell me about the day of the incident. How are things in the prison? What was it like here in the prison yesterday morning? I really don't remember. I don't have the best memory of it. Time to deploy my clue. You said you heard a scream. You don't remember? Please. You literally just confirmed that you heard a scream. Oh, but I might have been mistaken. The truth is, I really don't remember. Your memory fails you yet again. But I know you're lying, Mrs. Sawit. How dare you talk to me like... I mean, not lying. By my time. Look, if you must know, when I'm working with the animals and I get into the zone, they're all I see. Am I to understand you have some of the talent of animal grooming? Well, my scissor technique could use a little work. I'd say I'm quite good with the animals. They seem to like me. I'm especially good at calming them down when they get scared. Scared? And when exactly do they get scared? Surely it doesn't happen very often. Well, that's... No, thankfully it doesn't. A scream would certainly frighten them. A loud scream would certainly frighten the animals, wouldn't it? Why are you going to such lengths to deny having heard a scream? What is it you're hiding, Mrs. Sawit? Tell me. Gah! I can assure you I'm not hiding anything. I'll admit I did really hear somebody scream, but I'm not hiding anything, I promise. The mask is finally beginning to crack. Now to shatter it completely by asking the scream itself in more detail. I'm afraid you're about to learn a painful lesson, Mrs. Sawit. That hiding things from me never ends well for my opponent. When did you hear the scream? Oh, wait! Now I remember. I forgot about a show. They put on a show for us prisoners around the time of the incident, you see. Yes, performing animals, if I remember rightly, that's where it was in the morning. So now you wish to claim you didn't hear a scream because you were on the show? You do realize it goes completely against everything you've told me. And what are you going to do about it, huh? That is, my memory is patchy, as they say. Enough with that phony smile. Surely you've noticed, Mrs. Sawit, that I have you exactly where I want you. Oh shit. Really? It seems to me you're just wasting my time. I should have picked my words more wisely. Oh no. The animal show really had to be seen to be believed. I did. Tell me, what kind of animals did you see? Let me think. A whale? did you ride this whale? Surely you've noticed that. Oh no! You weren't actually at the show, were you? Enough of your lies. You were never near the show, were you? Yeah! Well, I seem to remember being there, but maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. It's clear Mrs. Sowick wasn't at the show. It feels like a vital clue. Who did you hear screaming? Wait, I just realized I made a mistake. When the incident happened, it was out in the yard, yes. So, I didn't hear anyone screaming, no one at all. Time to deploy my clue, you weren't at any show. How long are you planning to keep up these lies? I already know that you weren't at the show. Yeah! The game's up, Mrs. Sowick. It's high time you told me the truth. I demand to know about the scream now. I can't tell you what I don't know. I didn't hear any scream, not from the person who found the body. Oh. Wait, it wasn't the victim who screamed? How curious. Most people would assume that the scream had come from the victim. So then, why do you think it came from the person who found the body? Yeah, I made a mistake, that's all. How, Mrs. Sowick? How did you know that it was the person that found the body who screamed? By my time. Because you're the person who found the body. I'm not biding my time anymore. Shall I tell you? You knew because it was you who found the body. And the scream that was heard when the incident occurred didn't come from the victim. It came from you! Nice. How did you... Ah! It's true, I admit it, but what gives you the right to treat people like this? Checkmate. Nice. I really need more water in my system. Now that we have established that you were the one who found the body, Mrs. Sowick, I believe you have lost any standing you might have had to withhold your corporation. Alright, you will. But I'm sure I won't have anything useful to tell you. It probably isn't even worth your time. That's not for you to decide. By my hand, the truth will be revealed. Every decision I make is to ensure that happens. Except that's not exactly what we are here to do, is it? What do you mean? We're not trying to expose the truth. We're trying to save Simmons. That's what we do now, remember? We work to get our client out of trouble. Not as a prosecutor, but as a defense attorney's assistant. What the K-Meister said, you need to listen to the kid more, you know. The client had requested the services of Edgeworth and Cole. And as your old man always said, your relationship with the client comes before everything else. So you think Mr. Sane's well-being is taking a backseat to some quest for the truth? Well, let's just say it don't matter people, so I need you to fight against your instincts a little harder, yeah? This will take some getting used to. In any case, the importance of this man's testimony remains unchanged. Therefore, Mrs. Sowick, I'm asking once more, what happened when you found the body? Finding the corpse. I was in that workshop there by myself, practicing what I learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop. I happened to peek in through the little window, and then I saw him lying there. A man not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror. Let me get this straight. The room you were in is next to the one where the corpse was found? Yep, that's right. I was in Workshop B. And you were there the whole day? Yes, from 7 a.m. roll call onwards. There are 3 roll calls a day, you see. 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. They check who's in the workshops during roll call, correct? That's right. Nothing was reported to be amiss at 7 a.m., which means that Knight's body wasn't in the workshop yet at that point in time. Held 3 times a day, 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. The victim's body had not been found at the time of 7 a.m. roll call. Okay. Yes, that means the murder took place after 7 a.m., which puts it right around the time the show was happening. Yes, the show. I remember the other prisoners going to see it. And therefore, anybody who wasn't at the show has no alibi. Would that be a fair assessment, Mrs. Salve? I guess so, but I only found the body, I swear. There's a clear contradiction in Mrs. Salve's testimony. Rooting it out should be my first priority. I was in that workshop there by myself, practicing what I had learned.
Hold it!
What exactly were you practicing? How to be a pet stylist, of course. I'm a model prisoner after all, so he keeps saying. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door to the other world.
Hold it!
You found yourself there? Really? That's right, and then I found myself peeking through a little window in the door. Why'd you think to do that? Gosh, I don't know, I just found myself doing it, really. You clearly weren't concentrating on your work. No, that's not true. I am a model prisoner. It's just all the other prisoners had gone to watch a show. I guess I was, well, kind of lonely. Like being stuck at school after everybody else has gone home. Yes, exactly like that. Anyway, I found myself in front of the door of the other workshop then. I happened to peek in through the little window.
Hold it!
Does that mean you didn't get a good look inside? No, I couldn't. The window was not only small, but it had bars over it, you see. Not exactly a panoramic view. Just so the guards can check what's going on, right? That's right, yes. You're a very knowledgeable young lady. You bet! I guess you could say I know a little some of my prisons now, too. I'll have to remind myself to address this newfound interest in me. Anyway, yes, I peeked in through the little window in the workshop door. And then I saw him lying there, a man not moving, dead.
Hold it!
Could you tell right away if it was a man or a woman? It was clearly a man. His physique, his clothes. It was also very clear that he was dead. You could tell just by peeking through the little window. Look, let's just say this wasn't my first dead body. What? You mean you were in prison for it? To my eternal shame, yes. This was, however, the first time I've seen another person's handiwork up close, though. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror.
Hold it!
Do you recall how exactly you screamed? Any words you might have used? No, I only remember what I screamed. Folks don't tend to remember much when they're busy crying out in terror, Miles. Exactly. So yes, I screamed. That's all I remember. He presents himself as an innocent bystander, but nothing could be further from the truth. Given what he is, things couldn't have happened as he claims. The contradiction in his testimony is as clear as day. I just need to present the evidence that proves it. Okay, I kind of know, he shouldn't be... He should know that it was a guy, right? Should he know that he's a guy?
Objection!
Oh shit. I see it, but I don't see its significance. Come now, it quite clearly contradicts your testimony. Does it? I don't think it does. Looks like you got it wrong. What's the matter, Miss Edgeworth? This isn't like you. I was just sounding him out. Oh, don't give me that. You can just say you were wrong, you know. But I wasn't wrong, I was mistaken. Exactly.
Objection!
Oh shit. I thought he was covered in a tub. He was covered with a tub. Maybe he doesn't know that it was a guy? Oh shit, yes. Wait. You cannot peek, right? with the alarm sound?
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Wait. Kidding me?
Objection!
No. I don't know. Oh man. Door sensors. Through the little window. Did I present this one?
Objection!
Oh, finally. Okay. Enough of these pathetic lies, Mrs. Sally. I'm afraid you have rather lost sight of what you are. What I am? I know precisely what I am. I'm a former newspaper salesman who's training to be a pet.
Hold it!
But that's not all you are, is it? Or did you forget the bracelet you wear around your wrist? Yeah, I just knew it. Yeah, the alarm should have sounded. The bracelet that marks you as a prisoner and therefore are unable to move around as you please. As we both know, stepping outside that door would have sounded an alarm. Well, that's... But there's no way you could look into the other workshop without leaving the room you're in. Yeah! Yep, that too. Woo-wee! Stylishly done, Ejiro. But doesn't this mean that Mrs. Salwig couldn't have found the body then? Good question, Kay. Perhaps Mrs. Salwig himself can explain. So, actually, I may have forgotten to mention one very important detail. Sorry about that. I can explain exactly how I was able to see the body if you like. By all means, go ahead. Finding the corpse, part 2. There's a little trick we prisoners know about this. As long as you leave your bracelet inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. That's how I was able to peek through the window and into the workshop next door. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright. So he's saying he was able to take a look next door because he had kept his arm inside workshop B as he leaned out. Please don't tell anyone about our little trick, especially not the guards, please. Is this his? Is it all he was hiding? I'd better dig a little deeper into his testimony just in case. Weird. It's so far apart.
Hold it!
Tell me some more about this trick, Mrs. Salwig. Of course, it's quite simple, really. As long as you leave your bracelets inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. I suppose this allows you to enjoy a little taste of freedom? It does, to be honest. It's one of the few things that brings you joy anymore. A rather surprising source of joy, but rule breaking isn't exactly a demonstration of remorsefulness, is it? Oh, but I am remorseful. I always am. I'm a model prisoner after all. I I'm beginning to suspect that he doesn't know what a modern prison actually is. So you use this trick to peek through the window. That's right, yes. I made sure the guard wasn't looking and leaned out into the corridor. That's how I was able to peek through the window and into the workshop next door.
Hold it!
Why'd you make so much of an effort just to take a look? Well, you see, I heard noises coming from next door. And that room was supposed to be empty, so I thought it was strange. And you went to look as soon as you heard these noises? Yes, of course. I had to see what was going on, so I went right away. I see. Are there any problems with what Mrs. Savage just said? There is a problem. You claimed that you looked into the next room as soon as you heard some noise. If that's the case, you must have seen more than just a dead body. Because the person who made the noises should have been in there too. You've got him quaking his boots, Mr. Edgewood. Mrs. Sawit, tell us the truth about what you saw. You do, of course, have the right to remain silent, but it will do little to dispel the notion that you were somehow involved in this case. I'm sorry. I did see something else, but it's too insane to believe. I really thought I might have dreamt it. That's why I wasn't sure I should mention it. Just tell us what you saw. All right. It was that dog. And what I saw is a self of nightmares. That huge black dog has sunk its terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What did you just say? It was hellish, utterly hellish. That beast, that awful beast had killed him. Suddenly I don't feel so good. Jeepers creepers, that's awful. Talk about traumatizing. It was dreadful, horrible. Now you know why I couldn't help but scream. So there's a man-eating dog in the prison's animal population, is there? Sawi claims to have seen his dog biting the victim's throat. He doesn't seem to like me very much. And that really is everything, I promise. And believe me, don't you? You believe me, don't you? For now, this one seems too far-fetched a lie, even for you. I'd like you to append what you just told us to your testimony, if you don't mind. Very well. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright. Did I press this one? I think I pressed that one, but not...
Hold it!
How much do you remember about the man you saw? Oh, I remember everything. Let's see. He had blonde hair, and his neck was covered in blood because he was dead. Yes, we know that, Mrs. Howard. Thank you very much. I'm just telling you what I saw. I thought you attorneys were obsessed with the little details. There's some serious venom behind those words. Some tells me you may not have had the best experience with defense attorneys in the past. I also saw the black dog, his mouth clamped tight around the man's throat.
Hold it!
You're sure this black dog was biting the victim's throat? Yes, there was blood everywhere. The beast's mouth was dripping with it, and... Whoa, spare us the gory details. What about the victim? Was he... Don't say it! Do you really need to ask him that, Miss Edwards? Ow, Kay! What was that punch for? I'm on your side here. He wasn't moving at all, he was just lying there. Meaning he was already dead. There was so much blood just oozing from his neck. Oh, he was dead as a doornail, I'm sure of that. Not even a twitch of finger, just lifeless. Yeah, enough already. Why do you have to go into every little detail like that? To give you a nice and accurate testimony. That is what you want, isn't it? Shall I add what I've said to my testimony, Miss Edgeworth? Please do. It was awful, I tell you. Terrible. Ooh, he was dead as a doornail, I'm sure of that. Not even a twitch of a finger, just lifeless.
Hold it!
You paint a very vivid picture. Well, I had a front row seat, I suppose. I could almost feel the agony of the poor man's final moments. I don't think I'll be getting any sleep tonight, Miss Edgeworth. You won't? Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, and it's all your fault for pressing him for more gory details. I'll be having nightmares tonight myself. It's all still so fresh in my memory. I remember seeing his ring gleaming as it caught the light. It featured a snowflake motive in relief.
Hold it!
A snowflake motive indeed. You seem to have a very clear memory of this ring, Mrs. Sally. Well, I used to go door to door selling newspaper descriptions to subscription, you see. I had to take people in at a glance, their appearance, their mood, that sort of thing. Figuring out who exactly you were dealing with is the first step in any scene. Except in this case, you were figuring out a corpse. What can I say? Force of habit. He has only one glove in his pocket, though. One that served me very well in my sales career, if I do say so myself. Even so, you seem to have remembered things to an uncanny level of detail. I suppose, nevertheless, it's true. I remember the ring that relieved all the... Is what he's saying even possible? Perhaps I should take another look at the condition of the victim's body as we found it. No, because it was covered. It was covered under the tarp. I know what I saw, Miss Edgeworth, and my eyes don't lie. So Knight was bitten in the throat by a dog that lives here in the prison. Not the most plausible of explanations, I have to say. Well, they do say the pets take after their owners. But there are some things that shouldn't take after. Not if they're supposed to help reform their owners. Otherwise, that's the point. What's the point of having an animal therapy program? I should probably ask Mrs. Salwood a little more about this dog. Yep.
Objection!
A ring with a snowflake relief. Yes, I saw it clear as day. It was carved in such fine detail. Interesting. Your testimony is certainly very accurate. In fact, I'd say just a little too accurate. And what's wrong with being too accurate? I mean this. You testified to having seen a ring with a snowflake design on it. And while the victim did indeed have a ring on his finger, see? Exactly as I said. There is no way you could have seen it. Take a look at this photograph. As you can see, the victim's right hand was covered by a tarp. It would have been impossible for you to see his ring, let alone what design was on it. Unless, that is, you approached the body and removed the sheet. You told us earlier you only took a look through the window in the door. Yet you seem to have seen quite a lot from such a disadvantaged location, Mrs. Sauer. Who the heck do you think you are, huh? It's a big shot acting like you know it all. I mean, I saw what I saw, I swear. Oh, I know, the man's arm. He must have moved under a tarp after I peeked in.
Objection!
Nonsense, you already told us what. That can't have been the case. He wasn't moving at all, he was just lying there. Meaning he was already dead. You said it yourself that the victim was already dead. The dead men don't move, do they? Woo-wee! Is that the stench of the desperation as well? What are you hiding, Mrs. Sawi? Tell us. No, You're wrong. I know what I saw. You could let it go, could you? Had to give on poking and prodding. You slimy two-bit associate attorney. Seems the real Mrs. Soward has finally revealed himself. Whoa, that's quite a rug he was rocking. Came straight at you like some kind of flying black cat. Look, I'm just a sweet, innocent witness here. But are you really? Because I must say, I have doubts, very serious doubts. What's that supposed to mean? You saw something that should have been impossible to see from outside the workshop. So, how do you do it? That's simple. Mrs. Sowit, this is where you were standing when you saw the body. It has to be inside.
Take that!
Right? You were in the same room as the body. That's the only way you could have seen the relief on the ring. Ha! 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 Say what you want, but you don't have a shred of evidence, do you? Nothing to prove. I was in the room with the body anyway. You can't prove it, can you? Because it was in the next room. Minding my own business and looking after the animals. Why else would I have signed out a pair of rubber... see? Signed out a pair of rubber gloves for fun? Now put up or shut up. I want to see evidence that proves I was in that room with the body.
Take that!
I knew it! They only have one glove. Remind me, Mrs. Sowit, what were you doing when you discovered the body? How many times do I was practicing my pet styling techniques. Of course. Then perhaps this rubber glove might mean something to you? Ah, that's... This glove was found by the victim's body. I believe it was dropped by the killer. And I can't help but notice that you have a similar glove tucked into your apron. No, this one's different.
Hold it!
Yes, that one does seem awfully lonely, doesn't it? It's just a rubber glove. There are hundreds of them all over the prison. It doesn't prove it.
Objection!
Not yet, perhaps, but if I were to ask the police to check this glove for prints, I have a feeling the results would be rather fascinating. Yeah. It's
Objection!
What the? What a pretty rad objection, am I right? Please, Fender, now's not the time for tomfoolery. But I have a legit objection, because it isn't over. There's something that still doesn't make sense. Our man here is a prisoner, right? And he's got one of those bracelet doohickeys on. That's true, so how could he have left his workshop in the first place? His bracelet would have triggered the alarm if he tried. Right, we don't have a good explanation for that yet. Well, anything you'd like to share, good buddy? We're all friends here. That's weird. We should be clinging onto that bracelet, like the big round lifesaver it is. In what way? As in, is the best hope a wick blinking friend here has for getting off the hook for murder? Sorry, you can't get into the crime scene with a bracelet on. If it was me, I'd be arguing that for my life. And yet, he hasn't said a peep about it. I wonder why that might be. The sound of silence, I suppose Miss Law Priestess did preach that silence golden yesterday too. Whoa, you sound like an actual attorney for a second there, Mr. Fender. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show a bigger smile. Gregory taught me that. It was a part of attorney's code he lived by. So, Fred, what's the dealio? Why so coy about your bracelet? Well, to tell you the truth, it's broken. Broken? I fell over a little while back, you see, and hit it on the floor. After that, it didn't seem to set the sensors off anymore. I should have told the guards about it, I know, but, well, it was awfully convenient. I see, so your bracelet is broken. But do they really break that easily? If so, then this prison has a serious security problem. You there, could we have a moment? Oh, Aunt Meow just the cutest. Ahem! Meow, can't have you, sir! This prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good. I'll get someone to find a replacement right away. Thank you. We'll keep hold of the broken one for the time being. It wasn't working at the time of the incident and could not be detected by the sensors. Of course, sir. I trust you'll take good care of it. Sweet. Bracelet sorted. Now to turn our murderer in, yay? What? No, I didn't kill anybody. Whoa there, Polyo. You were the one who said your bracelet was out of commission. Or were there other inmates freely roaming the halls while everybody was busy watching the show? No, I just found the body, that's all, I promise. And when I did, that enormous dog still had his mouth wrapped around the poor man's neck. I only went into the workshop after the beast had left. And why'd you go in? Well, oh, fine, I wanted to go through his pockets, okay? He was going to rob the corpse? That explains why I remember his knight's ring and so much. Hey, why are you looking at me like that? I'm a great thief. I'd never stoop so low as to steal from him. Well, I didn't steal anything either. The show ended just after I entered the room and all the other inmates came trickling downstairs there. I panicked, rushed back to the other workshop and started my fake sweep. And dropped the glove in your haste now. I guess this all just about hangs together. Anything smell funky to you, Miles? Other than whether Mrs. Sowett is the one who did it, I'd say one very significant question to you. The question of how Knight made it into the prison proper from his holding cell. Yeah, his holding cell in the detention center. Ooh, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do, see? I also can't help but wonder about another key feature of Mrs. Sowett's system. That dog's involvement can only mean one thing. Mrs. Sowett? Yes? What is it? Were you the only prisoner who didn't go to watch the show? Well, no, there was one other who did. Am I right in thinking that this person couldn't have watched the show? Couldn't have watched the show even if he'd wanted to? Yes, how did you? I knew it. I had my suspicions when we first ran into the Black Dog mystery, but this confirms it. For a criminal that dangerous to end up in a place like this is unbelievable. Where is it prison cell? You're going to see him? Who are we talking about here? Him! He's not like the other prisoners you know. He's special. Gets treated like royalty. But you didn't hear that from me. All I say is if you value your life, you stay well away from him. What? Will you please stop trying to scare us all the time? The big cheese, huh? Well, I, for one, definitely value my life, so that sucks. They keep him in maximum security. Which is over there. Maximum security? Well, that's certainly one way of treating someone differently. Alright, quit being so mysterious and tell us who he is already. Let's just say he's highly skilled when it comes to people's lives. Better than anyone, in fact. And that's all I'm prepared to say on this subject. In fact, I may have already said too much. Well, Mousy, anything you care to share? Or are you going to leave Kay and I in the dark here too? The mystery man in maximum security is an old acquaintance. Let's go pay him a visit. I suspect you'll find our dark canine friends here too. Grr, I can't believe you found out about my bracelet. I was expecting you to show a little more remorse. Huh? Oh, well, of course. I'm very remorseful, yes. Anyway, shouldn't you be on your way to maximum security? A word of warning, but I suggest you be on your best behavior from now on. Of course, I won't be stepping out of line here. As if I needed a reminder from the likes of you. You might also consider using your best words too, Mrs. Savage. Hey, you there! Is it true? Is what true? The broken bracelet thing, because I want one too, you hear? You break the rules even now from behind bars? No, it ain't like that. I just want to hang out with the animals is all. It's not a crime to be an animal lover, you know, Miss Edgeworth. Aww. Somebody. I feel like I'll have to come to the parrot sometime after. March 28, 12:41 p.m. Prison maximum security. Wow, it's pitch black in there. I can't see a thing. But didn't you say the Yatagarasu takes flight even in the dead of night or something? Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness to the world's world. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Whoa, you're one powerful performer. Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm a human, not a three-legged raven. Whoa. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice, I knew it. It has been far too long. You remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you are the one who put me away. Mr. Edgeworth? Are you talking to that dog? Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a dang thing. Oh, but I'm forgetting myself. Forgive me, I do not often receive visitors. One moment, I'll turn on the lights. Ah! You're a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in all? Very well, perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. I'm Bodhidharma Canis. As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintances. Canis was a notorious assassin. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells, the last sound his victims would ever hear. Well, Mr. Edward, am I to guess why you have come to see me? You know why I'm here. Wait. You know why I'm here, in fact. I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair of mine. He. Then I suppose we have none to hide from one another. Huh? Ah, he's adorable! Suspicion of murder! Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. It is absurd to think that he would do such a thing, isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? Helmut is more than a mere seeing eye dog. And he's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours is trustworthy, I assume. Yes, Sawit is anything but trustworthy, and he's still very much a suspect himself. I can hardly claim that his testimony is beyond reproach. I know then. I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helmut, yes. It figures that he already knew who our witness is. Your alibi. You're not a cat guard. Who let the dogs out? What were you doing between 8 and 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? During the show, you know. I was here, ensconced in these humble surroundings. I've developed a passion for wood carving, you see, an obsession even. I was engrossed in it all morning. And you have permission to engage in such a hobby? I can't believe someone would actually like it. Warren and I have an understanding. An understanding? That's ridiculous. This man should be allowed 1, let alone 5 chisels. They're nothing but lethal weapons in his hands. I was carving Buddhist pieces at first, but by the 674th, my interest had begun to wane. Whoa, that must have taken forever. Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus has now shifted to pieces such as these. I didn't know you played chess. You play too, do you not, Prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me? Though you may find my game rather rudimentary. I only began after my arrival here, I'm afraid. What's that piece? A dog with 3 heads? Ah, yes, the dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles, all doing their utmost to protect the king, all loyal to the last. I've always thought it strange that such a game has no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon could an army call upon? Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, I play by the regular rules, and with the regular pieces. I can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, though. Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondence chess, then. Sharing moves by post? Yes, even prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. Sounds like this current opponent isn't a resident here. The victim. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis. His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor unfortunate soul. He keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth. Why am I not surprised he's plugged into the prison's information network? But perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one, a crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of the president. That is no small matter. Attempted assassination? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, did Mr. Knight? Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader, and there was no attempt on the president's life. Are they attempting to cover up President Wang's fake assassination scheme? Whoa there, cowboy. You're saying the Bronster didn't actually have a pop at the press? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder. You mean you don't know what really happened? So what, they just blamed the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight? It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved. Of course, they took you off the case to try and keep you away, and swapped in that wiener kid to push through an attempted murder charge. In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth. So they really were trying to frame him. According to the guards, this Knight, was it? They tell me he was violently insistent that he had attempted no assassination, which would have come out anyway when the case went to trial. I'm no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing. I know for a certainty that he would not have been the first inmate in prison on false pretenses. Yeah, an uncomfortable fact, but a fact nonetheless. Yes, Helmut, yes it is, yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth. You believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth. No bastion of truth. I've heard something to that effect before. Let's see. Is the food here? Is the food here already? Because I didn't see it. I knew it! It was cancelled! Oh no! Why? Fine. Wait, my food was cancelled. Wait. Wait, let me order. I hate this. I hate this so much. What should I eat then? Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to discord it today. let me see. I never was to fully dispel his mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmut understands, don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truths revealed in court and your deductions, it is dangerous to trust either implicitly, not implicitly. Ugh. But I'm not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicions in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday, who was accompanied by a judge. They even dragged the warden along, her distaste for me lingering unspoken there. Not those two again! Prosecutor Winner and Judge Gabel. They went over my cell with a fine-tooth comb, but they left empty-handed. They weren't looking for the murder weapon, I believe, to no avail, but I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they searched every cell in the prison, and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't too disappointed. Okay. Winner, Gabel, and a warden searched the prison for the murder weapon but couldn't find anything. Okay. Well, that posed more questions than it answered. What do we do now? Okay, let's see. Okay, let me see. Let's see. What should I be eating? Oh my god, okay. Should I go for kapow the same? Oh, let me go for... Yeah, let me go for kapow. Yeah, I'll go for kapow and some... I wanna go for some... Ooh! There's some noodles as well. Okay, I wanna have some... Oh shit. Okay. 69 minutes? Okay, fine. I'm gonna eat this then. Okay, I hope they don't cancel me again. Okay, I'm done. Salvage testimony is flimsy at best. I need more proper evidence if I want to take Candice on. I think it's about to be done, right? Well, I think it's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmut will show you out. Good boy, Helmut. Go on now. He's not showing us out permanently, right? Let's get out of here, come on. Until next time, Mr. Caddis. It does pain me that our brief time was sent, just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgeworth. Hehehe. March 28, 1:12 p.m. Prison corridor. Now to gather the evidence I need to bolster my case. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! That's the best hiding spot she could find. It's alright, Kay, you can come down. Where's Fender? He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move that fast. Fender. So, what do we do now? You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us this whole time. Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops, but he was presumably being detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start by investigating the holding cells. And Mr. Knight's room, right? But what about Mr. Fender? I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready. Sure, but he's kind of a boss, isn't he? Oh well. March 28, 1:34 p.m. Detention Center. Corridor. The victim's cell is just over there. Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth. I have just about had it. Who's that? Warden Lagarde. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry. He's still not talking, ma'am? Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What I'm supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. A killer for hire? Oh! I couldn't help overhearing more in your door, but were you just talking about Bodhidharma Caddis? My, you were listening. How very gosh of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know. Do you really conduct interrogations of the man himself? Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have an occasional tete-a-tete with everyone, you see. That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. There isn't a person who hasn't made a pilgrimage to my office at least once. Your office? How sweet. He's angling for an invite. Well, I suppose it is the hottest ticket. It's down this corridor here, darling, but FYI, I don't let just anybody wander in willy-nilly. Let's see, that would put it right around here. It's a wonderful room. If I do say so myself, all my guests rave about it. And who wouldn't want a view of my fabulous garden and the yard? Ooh la la. The yard? If it's anything like the rest of the place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see? Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid that's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it that badly, you just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable. That's a rather steep price to pay. Oh, but just listen to me, chattering away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Allie's lunchy brunch. The poor dear will be dying. Allie? The sweetest little deer in all the world. I know we should have favorites, but you know how it is. Now to the yard with me. Shout for now, darlings. Okay. I wanted to ask her more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we? This one is very long. It's a very long chapter. Hello! Welcome, welcome! This one is a long chapter. I didn't expect that. Hello, welcome! Gapra will cure everything, I know, but still, it's like... March 28, 1:43 p.m. Detention Center holding cell. So this is night cell. When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth? It would have to have been the evening of 25th, just after the events at the lake. And then, at some point, he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence here that will point us in the right direction. Alright, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay... Reflected in a mirror is a security camera. The great thief's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest. I think that might be entirely deliberate today. Guard! I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. Yes, sir! Wow, that's a lot of books. Let's take a look. Your lab tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding animal emotions, lab as a pet stylist. Maybe there was more to Mr. Nye than met the eye. Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees, with the hope that they would want to better themselves during their time here. A second chance at life, interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates. Oh, I like the look of this one. 200 Days of Freedom, an escape story. And this one too, making money while serving time. This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. Hey, look at this weird piece of paper. There is some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. Oh, rook number pawn to... What at, GB? What's that? Next move. Oh, it's a move! The grid appears to be a chess diagram, the victims, I suppose. That's a chess diagram? A visual representation of a game of chess. See how the locations of all the pieces are marked? This seems to be a closely fought contest, but perhaps if this pawn were... No, wait. Not now, Mr. Edgeworth. This is no time to be playing games. Yes, I suppose you're right. This isn't the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. It was from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. Perhaps it would be wise to take another look at the evidence in my possession. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? It is...
Eureka!
This chess game. I've seen it before. Enough with the chess chat, Ms. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus. I'm investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital now. Take a look at this. Could you tell me what it is? It's a chess set we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But, I don't really know the rules of chess, so... The rules of the games are not important. What is important are the positions of the pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cell with these. Do you notice anything? Ah! I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares. Indeed, there's no dog in the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the position of the pieces are identical. And what does that tell us? Oh, I have my correspondence. As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent is Mr. Knight? This could be just a proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim. Okay, what's this? Ooh, what's a menu doing here, Mr. Mr. Edgeworth. It seems that those held in a detention center are able to choose what they'd like to eat each day. If they can afford it, that is. Money makes the world go round, I guess. But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees? Well, okay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. I've been checking if they canceled my food. They haven't, so that's good. Okay, let's hope they're not canceling my food. Because I'm hungry. Some of them don't deserve to be punished, quite a few of them, in fact. So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else. Ugh. How did I wind up defending the practices of detention system? I think that's all. Standard barred window. No signs of it having been tampered with. I don't think there's any chance our killer escaped through here. Aha! Must remember to bring some to saw through iron bars with. As they say, you fail to prepare to fail. Glad I got a chance to scope this place out. Okay, we're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for our eventual escape. The bowl is nice and spotless. And there are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here. What? Are you serious? Why? What's wrong? There's no door. There's not even a curtain. Whoever designed this place should have thought a little more about people who have to live here. I think there might be a reason behind the open plan layout. There's something different about this spot here. This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Did somebody wipe it down or something? Why would somebody only do the part right next to the bed though? This must be night suit jacket. So, I've been doing some research on my own. Huh? And what have you discovered? I've discovered that guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. Okay. But don't worry. Guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list. Please don't. This bed doesn't look very comfortable. But that pillow cover is very clean, spotless in fact. I bet this is the kind of bed Gummy sleeps in. I can picture it, can't you? No, I sense it's more of a mattress on the floor type. Yeah, same. Hey, look! This newspaper's got a chunk of it missing. You're right. A few of its pages have been roughly torn out. But why? Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell but didn't have a cleaning cloth? It's not a totally impossible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean his cell? Yeah, I'm sure he needs to clean it. This part of the floor has been wiped clean. Maybe he spilled some grape juice? Who knows? But we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper. Why wouldn't he just ask a guard for a cloth or something though? Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. Nice. I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim. This is bad, sir! Is that the guard? security camera footage, sir. I watched it and... What is it? Can you show it to us? Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me. Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it. Oh, the animation! Oh, shit. Oh, shit, what the heck? What's that? That thing. Is that dog, right? So now, assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison complex. But it seems that assumption may have been wrong. Knight had actually been attacked in this location. Cell?
Take that!
Right here in the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Caddis's dog. This is just the evidence we need. Security camera footage data. Okay. By a dog. And if this is where Knight was actually murdered, then one of the pieces of evidence we found here in his cell takes on a whole new meaning. If Knight's cell was the crime scene, which piece of evidence take on a new significance? Oh shit. The cloth? Yeah, the victim was tied up. This one? This dog biting the victim's throat. He doesn't seem to like me very much. I mean... Knight's cell was the crime scene, which piece of evidence takes on a new significance. What piece of evidence? This piece, a Knight's body? Tarp? Takes on a new significance? Everything is a new significance. If the murder place change place, switch places.
Take that!
Yes, this piece of evidence now means yeah, I knew it. Sorry. Maybe the body. If Knight was in fact killed here in his cell, then one of the pieces of evidence we found here takes on the whole new meaning.
Take that!
Oh no! I'm gonna die. I don't know. Yeah?
Take that!
Oh no! Do everything.
Take that!
I'm gonna die. What is it? This one?
Take that!
What? Wait, let me see. Chess? I'll just press everything. Sensor?
Take that!
I'm gonna die.
Take that!
The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood? Just that? Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor? Name it, sir. There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edward. You got it, sir. Now we can really go after the Canis guy, right, Miss Edward? No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper. Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, Coach? What are we up to? I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us. Oh shit, it's still on. March 28, 2:15 p.m. Detention Center corridor. Okay, time to get asking. Ah! Oh, he's back. Thanks for the tour. Later. Well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you. It must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shilong Lan of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks ago. I thought he had gone home to Jumpa after that, but here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lan. You could say that. Nothing to be concerned with. First a black hound, now a wolf. Hey, wait, why are you all alone today? That's true. He is usually accompanied by an army of police officers. I hear you went at it again a couple of days back, sticking your nose into things. A couple of days back? He means the incident with the president of Germany. Actually, I had thought you might be there as well, heading up the security unit. Huh? Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's policemen. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractors against amateurs. Agent Land doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream of the crop officers. Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently if you had you and your men been in charge. My men, huh? Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore. What? They're not? It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. Ha 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 ha. What do you say, Agent? What on earth happened? I told you, it doesn't concern me. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor. Wow, he seemed not okay. Yes, and I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. We'll worry about Agent Lang later. We have investigations to conduct. Alright, let's start by talking to these guards. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently? That thing? No way. If I had, well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard. So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something? Now, Kay. You should know when to let sleeping dogs out. By the sound of it, Candace's dog hasn't been spotted on the side of those heavy security doors. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker. Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere? Where in the world did that idea come from? Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a missing guard uniform. Hey! Are those my faithful assistants I see before me? Bender, and where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you two. Been searching high and low. Wandering lonely through the prison halls. Oh, it was terrible. But the prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss. So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it? Right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards and they told me some très interessant. Très interessant. Turns out the Bronxster had himself a little incident 2 days ago, pre-mortem, if you catch my drift. An incident? Simon told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. It was just one guard and he was handcuffed off. They made it back and the guard was taking off his cuffs when the Bronxster clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. Sounds like it might have been the prelude to a jailbreak. Cause when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find the comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings about Knight attempting an escape? That's a bit that fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell and turned up dead. And what's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the piece. He turned himself inside out too, but no dice. The guard was struck. What do you have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Word is, he's still here. He's still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what's really happened. My guard was attacked, and his keys, including the one to Knight's cell, were stolen. They have yet to be recovered. Okay. What the? It's you losers! Well, that's all we need. Why are there so many people around? Why are you still hanging around here like a bass smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Miles is working with me now as an associate. Nonsense! You're just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart. Eustace means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue. Seemed like a reasonably odd choice of words to me. Josh Gabelle, great to see you again. I know who you are. You're Simon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged. Now that we've broken the ice, how about a friendly... Or not. I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly that Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yep. And me too. We are officially employees of Edgeworth & Co. But a prosecutor is public servant. You would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain? It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid though, correct? Exactly what he said. Miles here just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. How wonderful. So you all work without reward? The goddess was surely approve. Yeah, I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Gabelle, I was hoping to ask about the grounds for Simon Saint's arrest. That information is on me. Is that a challenge I hear? No, I was just asking Judge Gabelle. I'm always ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real winner. How is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested. There'll be no need for that. Eustace, we shoot. Ha ha ha! For now, Gabelle, watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me. I think you meant to say that you would be the one running rings around me. And I will, so badly that your ears will ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth. This is a long chapter. Reason for arrest. You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple, simple. I found evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible conclusive proof? And who saw the truth first? Why me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature. Where do I even begin? Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take your silence at yet another win. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Well, obviously, it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Of course that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that, I'm much more interested in what Judge Gabelle is suddenly thinking over there. Let's get it done. You want to know why I arrested that man? I'm just checking. You do know who it was you arrested, correct? Eh? Is this some kind of joke? Of course I do who I arrested. It was Simmons Singh. Good to know he remembers that much at least. I had rock-solid grounds for arresting Simmons Singh. First-rate reasons. Oh!
Hold it!
He fixed it. Rock-solid, you say? I'm impressed. Hold on. I know what you're doing. You're trying to butter me up. Well, it might work on chums you meet in court, but it won't work on me. The evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Singh. Perhaps you should tell Mr. Edgeworth about it, Lucius. Damning is right, and it was on the strength of that evidence that I decided to arrest him. It's simple. I found evidence of him all
Hold
over.
it!
Evidence of him was all over that? Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner? Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I'd hope even you could put 2 and 2 together. Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide comprehensive testimony. Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends will be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it. Fine, if you insist, I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with it. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mrs. Simmons Saint. Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight he offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Miss Edgeworth? No, by all means, please do. Mr. Saint's fingerprints were right there, all over the victim's chest set.
Hold it!
But you weren't the one who actually found his prints, were you? Of course not. I'm a prosecutor. I leave the dirty work to forensics. The fingerprints are certainly a problem, but then, that chest set is. I should take another look at the evidence. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible conclusive proof?
Hold it!
The only incontrovertible fact here is that you don't know how to give a proper testimony. What are you talking about? It's not my fault if you can't keep up. Perhaps I could be so bold as to offer some additional details. The only fingerprints found at the scene belong to the guards, the prisoners, the victim, and Mr. Saint. I think you agree that Mr. Saint's were the only prints that had no business being. Yes, exactly. Now do you get it, Edgeworth? I do, but I'm not so sure about you. There were other prints belonging to the victim and the guards, so only Mrs. Saint's were out of place.
Hold it!
He changed his testimony every time. If there were other prints at the crime scene, shouldn't those people be suspect too? Hey, other people? I don't think so. And why not? Had Mrs. Saint's prints not been found on the chess set, those others would indeed have been suspects. Yet somehow his prints were there, despite the fact that they had no business being there. Exactly, which means Mr. Saint was, Saint is, he's neither a prisoner or guard, therefore he should not have been able to enter the prison. Finding his prints in a place he shouldn't have had access to is grounds enough for an arrest, no? Yeah, what she said, not bad, Rebel. You're too kind. What the heck?
Hold it!
You saw it first, and I suppose you can prove that. I made the connection the moment I saw the crime scene. It was a lightning-fast deductive lead. What more evidence you need? Well, you haven't given me evidence at all so far, so... Hey. You still don't get it, do you? Well, don't worry. We can't all be born winners. I'm not sure I even want to get whatever it is he's talking about. And I get a trophy for that! Oh shit, did he change his statement again? Well, that was kind of vague and really hard to follow. Indeed, perhaps I'd better start by teaching him how to properly express himself. Don't hold back, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. Yeah, I figured it out in a flash. A matter of light years, the winner wins again. Oh shit, not this one.
Hold it!
Are you sure you mean light years, Mr. Winners? Maybe. Light years are a measure of distance, not time uses. An easy mistake to make. Oh! What was that pause for? Was he rebooting from a blue screen moment? Blue screen moment, well, that was... Okay...
Hold it!
Is it this one that you said you have to look? Yeah.
Objection!
So the fingerprints on the chest set are the ace up your sleeve. The what of my what? Oh, yes, the chest up the ace's sleeve. That's right, Edgeworth. I've got a winning hand as usual. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. For you see, it was Simon Saint who brought the chest set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. Yeah! That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature. Premature? The incident took place here within the walls of his facility, and being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint. Oh! Ah, now what? Hey, I think you might be the premature one here, Edgeworth. And to think you were the one accusing me of being nasty. Did he only just work out what that word means? Sure, I identified Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else, and I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right that Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was...
Overruled!
Eustace? Judge Gabelle. But out, Gabelle! I have him right where I want him! Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? Something more impressive? If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth, Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it? Yes, of course, that. Well remembered, Gabelle. Listen to this, Edgeworth. And prepare to be
Objection!
Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested? Let's just say you won't be disappointed. Judge Gabelle deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Yeah, the winner takes it all, whatever. The whereabouts of the murder weapon. Fact 1, the murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2, potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside the chest set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prints was found on the chest set belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and used it, wouldn't you? If nothing else, his testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. Another winning deduction brought to you by one winner Eustace, Prosecutor Extraordinary. More like one winner Eustace, Prosecutor Extraordinary, if you ask me. But how could anyone even hide a weapon inside the chest set? Hey, good question. Why don't you take a good look for yourself? Inside the chessboard? Inside the chessboard? I suppose there's only one way to find out. But there's nothing there. There's nothing in here but chess pieces. That lab is really something. It seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden here somewhere. I better take a closer look. Don't tell me you can open that part. What? The stiff lining at the top opens like a flapdoor. Whoa, there's plenty of room in there. Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife. Ingenious, no? The killer snug the weapon in by...
Objection!
Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you? I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner, or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah, and? The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. You must pass through another one on the way into the prison itself, remember? Yes, that's right. Of course I remember. You definitely did. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility, which would seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr.
Overruled!
That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into a facility are only subjected to cursory check. Are you telling me that the chest set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard lately. Oh. Very good. Thank you, Gabelle. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edward, if you'd be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she is holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winner holds up, shall we? The whereabouts of the murder weapon. Fact 1, the murder weapon was some sort of metal.
Hold it!
A metal blade, you say? Do you have any evidence to support this? Ha! You mean you didn't even look at the victim's injuries? Why am I not surprised with your blade? A fatal blow with a stab wound to the neck. And it was delivered by a knife-like blade. That much is absolutely beyond doubt. It appears that they're not yet aware of a certain other piece of information. Lost for words, are we? Then I'll just keep going. My brilliant deductions don't end there, you know. Fact 2, potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls as we broke.
Hold it!
The fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean they're actually forbidden. Well, no, I mean, some of the prisoners use scissors to cut the animal's hair, and that venue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued. As you no doubt recall, Mrs. Yes, only one bladed object had been signed out by a single prisoner at the time of the incident. The item was tested for traces of blood, but none were found. I suppose he's referring to the scissors Mrs. Salwood was using. So there's no way the blade in question came from inside the prison. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside.
Hold it!
Outside? What does that mean? Aha! The opposite of inside, you know. Was that an attempt at clarification or put down? Because it clearly accomplished neither. What Eustace means to say is that it must have been brought in from outside the prison by Mr. Smith. Honestly, Edward, if you haven't figured that out by now, then you're an even bigger loser than I thought. The feeling is usual. Mr. Singh clearly brought the murder weapon into the prison. The question is, how? It must have been hidden inside the chest set. That's what I think.
Hold it!
But no murder weapon was found at a crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winter, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? The perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with his claim? There is a problem. They hid it somewhere inside the prison? That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case. What evidence suggests that the murder weapon is in hiding somewhere in the prison? They have searched everywhere.
Take that!
I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winter. Did you and the good judge search your prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all. Wow, way to undermine yourself. You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough? You, the so-called winning rookie? Stop making fun of me! Eustace? Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. You're right. I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like H Worthless here get under my skin? I'll thank you to leave my name out of this. Well, I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm a okay. Not you too, please. Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find, which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it when we looked.
Objection!
But what you're proposing is impossible. And this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of prison with him. Yep, because there's security...
Take that!
More memory trouble, Mr. Winter. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me again? Oh, so you remember what I said. But perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. What's that? Wait, does he seriously not remember? It will certainly seem that way. There's a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to have passed through both of them. Two gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh wait, now I remember. Looks like he got his memory back. Now, so as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both keys. And therefore, there's no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Yeah. In which case, Mr. Edward, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be. It is still here on the premises. There is only plausible conclusion to be drawn. But we searched the prison from top to bottom, we couldn't find anything. Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were laboring under a misconception that is flagrant. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. That is quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it. What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Take a look at this, Judge Lavelle, and the weapon used in this case will become clear.
Take that!
This is footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourselves and see. What? But how? This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, would you say? Yes, it is certainly significant. So now we know the Knight was in fact killed in his cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there is no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, the fear may be his and his.
Overruled!
That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Gabelle, you're correct that his footage is an important piece of evidence, but it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you also have been asking yourself. She's right. There's one major problem with my version of the events. The black dog, the one that belongs to the one of the inmates, how did he move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will? Oh! How do we answer that one, Mr. Edwards? The truth is, I don't know yet. Hey, of course not. Janet, Wonder Boy, you didn't even notice it was...
Overruled!
Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. The court is adjourned. But, wait! There's still so much more to explore! Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place. Once again, this court is
Objection!
We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cells. You can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as a visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed the crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Gabelle, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Prove that Simone Saint was able to enter.
Overruled!
Haha. You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular. Very well. What? They actually have something? Now seems like a good time as any. I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on this. What she's building up to. Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer. A what? Yes, perhaps you've heard the Very Big Circus? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday it was a very important day after all. Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. You see it now, I assume. As I'm sure you were aware, a show was held yesterday for prisoners' entertainment. The show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of the Very Big Circus. So, does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that has been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. Yeah. She held on to that fact to the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait. But out, Gabelle, I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may. While the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? That must be why she steered him onto a different topic back then too. Hey, I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor? This has nothing to do with you. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth, your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice is compassionate, essentially, but she's not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern. But I do not abandon anything. When I start, I finish. Well, do try to remember that the two jobs are not one and the same. And that a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Here! Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you. I hate her. I hate her more than I hate Winner. So Simon lied to us. Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa. You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, mousy boy? Sure, Judge Cavell is tough cookie, but that doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost. The defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too. Don't worry, Peter. I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Singh couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false, which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one. Oh, that was abrupt. That was very abrupt. It was funny though. Like, that was nothing at all too. Okay. We'll finish. We'll leave our investigation at this. So I hope you guys had so much fun, just like how I did. That was an abrupt end. It took me by surprise for a split second there, but still, it's Ace Attorney investigation, so it's like a very, how do you call it, a shortened version of the full game, so I'm not surprised. Okay, so thank you very much for coming. It was a very long stream. It took like 3 hours, almost 4 already. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for coming. I'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 on my YouTube channel. We'll be having a horror podcast from the former idol. Well, she's still an idol to me because she's so pretty and adorable, and I love her. But yeah, bye-bye everyone. I'll see you later. Let's see who I should be rating. Ooh, okay. There are people streaming though. Maybe I'll go for Tomato-chan. Okay, let's go. We'll be going now. Bye-bye. Kirayuku! Over and out!